At Coletco for Thursday night's live Facebook record sale. Yes, we're 30 minutes early. Wow. Let's see who's paying attention. As Roger Waters said, is there anybody out there? Let's go ahead and get this shared. Dun, 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 dun. Let's see here. For Thursday night. Oh, that's me. Let's see here. Chad Williams. Vicki Allison. Whole lot of records. Boom. Boom. All right. Let's see here. Chat. Ryan Anderson said, WTF, question mark, question mark. Jeffrey Walker, early, I like it. We like it too. Extra hour and a half of record selling tonight. All right, let's go ahead and get started. I'm just going to start showing you records. Let's see who's all on, who's paying attention. Early start. I'm going to start with a recap band from the night before, and we'll let everybody get on. Maybe you can go ahead and help me out and start sharing and caring. Let me also do a charger over here. Let me go grab a charger. Does shipping come through email now? No, shipping still goes through Facebook just like always. Shipping goes through Facebook just like always. Grab a charger. I'm also going to put it on. Yeah, we'll just leave it right there. I can't watch it anyway, but we'll leave it on that. Let me grab my... Let me find my charger. Here it is. Go ahead and get me a bottle of water too. We got barbecue from the Masters. Cookies. Waters. Masters water. We got Masters. We got Masters records tonight. A lot of people don't know they did that. Do we ship to Brazil? Absolutely. 100%. The way we do international shipping is you get my phone plugged in right quick. After you make a purchase for the week, you let us know when you're done, which will be for the week. Let me rephrase that. Ricardo, let me get this where you can understand it, because I just confused myself. At the end of the week, we have to basically pack your stuff up and weigh it, and then we'll send you a shipping quote at cost. So that's the way we do things. What pressing of Van Morrison Moondance is this? This should be, unless my distributor's catalog got it wrong, this is the all analog cut from Van Morrison Moondance. This is $31.99. Barcode is 0812279907001. Van Morrison Moondance. That should be the all analog copy. So yeah, anybody watching internationally, that's the easiest way to do that. You can buy when you're done. At the end of the week, we'll have to get your stuff packed up. U.S. and domestic shipping is $7 unlimited, but the way we have to do international is pack it up and then weigh it and send you a quote. All right, so lots of new stuff this week. Here is all the waiting list, so you can see lots of stuff will come in all ready to start the week. I hadn't got everything completely pulled from that flip video, but we're almost done with it. I'll finish that up tonight after the sale. I'm going to do a recap crate here of some stuff, then I'm going to start showing new stuff immediately. right now, actually. So Soundgarden down on the upside, 2LP Soundgarden down on the upside. If you see anything you want, just comment. We'll sell it to you. Soundgarden down on the upside. That is $39.99. Smashing Pumpkins, Pisces Iscariot. Smashing Pumpkins is $39.99 as well. I've got a lot of Soundgardens. I've only got a few of these left. For some reason, that's the tougher Smashing Pumpkins for us to keep in stock, even though we already have, we do have Gish still in stock, Adore, Siamese Dream, and Melancholy. So if you're looking for some Smashing Pumpkins, we've got them. Plus, their new album comes out, I think, next week or the week after. I got to get a pre-order posted for it. Led Zeppelin 1, back in stock is the U.S. version of Led Zeppelin 1. These are $31.99. Look at that track listing. $31.99 for Led Zeppelin 1. XTC Skylarking, $33.99. XTC Skylarking, 200 gram, the 1986 classic album, newly cut from masters approved by Andy Partridge, pressed on 200 gram super heavyweight vinyl. XTC is $33.99. Tom Petty, Full Moon Fever. Tom Petty is $36.99. Full Moon Fever, Tom Petty, Free Fallin', I Won't Back Down, Running Down a Dream. Classic stuff, classic album. All the deep cuts on there are good too. Megadeth Unplugged. This is on Coke bottle clear vinyl. Megadeth Unplugged in Boston is $29.99. Metallica Garage Inc. $54.99. That's a 3LP set. And yes, we have started early tonight. This is a recap of a band from last night. Then we're going to go straight into new stuff. Straight into new stuff. So if you're on early, you're going to get an early look at some stuff. Enough's Enough's Greatest Hits, last copy, purple splatter vinyl. Enough's Enough's Greatest Hits. That is $33.99. Beth Hart, My California. Beth Hart has always sold really well for us, and so I stocked a couple other albums. This one's called My California, $29.99. Lynyrd Skynyrd, pronounced Lynyrd Skynyrd, is $36.99. The Hardy, I almost said the Crow soundtrack. This is Hardy, the Mockingbird and the Crow, $34.99. 2LP. Black Sabbath Paranoid is $29.99. That's a 2012 remaster. Boy, they remastered a lot of vinyl in 2012. You'll see that year a lot. 2012 remaster. That's Paranoid, and this is a great sounding. I don't know, I've got 5, 6 different versions of Paranoid now. Vertigo Press, the original UK, US. I think I've got a Japanese without an obi that came in a collection a couple years ago. I've yet to have one with an obi recently. Very tough to get. And then I've got multiple new remasters, deluxe editions, classic albums. So, Depeche Mode, A Broken Frame. Depeche Mode is $28.99. Talking Heads, $77. Talking Heads. This has a barcode over the barcode. I don't know if this is some kind of colored vinyl variant. I'm kind of tempted to open one up and see. But Talking Heads is $31.99. Moby Play is $39.99. And the Beatles Past Masters. I didn't really explain this last night since we've been selling a lot of Beatles albums. The Beatles had a historic, we don't even have to tell you about their success, but one thing is all their studio albums were huge. Sgt. Pepper's, Magical Mystery, Revolver. Well, they had a whole nother career just with singles and B-sides. And that's what this is. Songs such as Don't Let Me Down and We Can Work It Out and Hey Jude and Paperback Writer, those weren't even originally released on their studio albums. They were singles, and some of these are B-sides, like, The Inner Light. This is what this album is, going back to Love Me Do, and all the way through some of their last stuff, like You Know My Name, Look Up the Number, and Let It Be, and Across the Universe. So that is $54.99, the Beatles Past Masters. We have our first sale of the night. Sean Fairweather wants a copy of Paranoid. I also like the hype sticker on these. I'm a hype sticker guy. I like the hype sticker on that. Let's see. Muddy Waters, live at Newport, 1960. That's on purple vinyl, $28.99. Rubber Soul. Speaking of that, speaking of the Beatles, this is a stereo remaster. Classic stuff on here, $36.99. Let's see. Some of my favorites are the George Harrison ones, like If I Needed Someone. Let's see here. You Won't See Me is a good one. That's a Paul song. I'm Looking Through You. That is $36.99. Roy Edmonds on Muddy Waters. That's sold to Roy Edmonds. Getting started a little early tonight. In about 3 minutes when I get done with this crate, we're about to show our newest new stuff. So Stay on. We're going to be on for a long time tonight. The Misfits, Collection 2. The Misfits is $36.99. The Commodores. This is the Commodores live in Alabama on gold and red splatter vinyl. The Commodores is $33.99. Fleetwood Mac. This is a 2LP, 45 RPM. It's pressed at Palace. Palace is a vinyl manufacturing pressing plant in Germany. Palace, Germany. They make some of the best pressings in the world. That is one of them right there. Fleetwood Mac Rumors. That's $59.99. Boston is $28.99. And Britney Spears' Greatest Hits, My Prerogative. That is $44.99. That's a new release. They've recently reissued her catalog. Her stuff was not cheap. I should order some of the other albums like Baby, or what's it, Oops, I Did It Again, and all those. All right, quick run through this. We have Soundgarden down on the upside. Smashing Pumpkins, Pisces, Led Zeppelin 1. If you were watching last night, you may have already seen some of these. XTC Skylarking, Tom Petty Full Moon Fever, Megadeth Unplugged, Metallica Garage Inc., Enough's Enough's Greatest Hits, Beth Hart, My California, Pronounced, Leonard Skinner, Hardy, Black Sabbath Paranoid, Depeche Mode, A Broken Frame, Talking Heads 77, Moby Play. This is a multi-platinum album. The Beatles Past Masters, The Rubber Soul, Misfits, Commodores, Fleetwood Mac Rumors, Boston, and Britney Spears. We have Paul Brothers on the Commodores. That's sold to Paul Brothers, and Andy Wade on the Past Masters. Usually when I take the 60 seconds to explain what Past Masters is, somebody buys one. It takes me a little bit of time. I'm sure some of y'all are like, how many times is Chad going to explain what Past Masters is? But a lot of people don't know that. You hear the Beatles stuff over and over sold here. You see all the studio albums, but a lot of the stuff is on that you can't get on their regular albums, unless you buy a compilation, unless you buy the 67 to 70 or the 62 to 66. Some of those songs are going to be on there, but if you're just buying the Beatles studio releases and you're not buying the 7-inch 45 RPM singles, you're going to miss out on a lot of those really killer songs. Some of my favorites are on there. That's the set that I first heard the Beatles. I first got introduced to the Beatles with the Past Masters CD set. I had a cousin give it to me. He said, you might want to check this out. It was Past Masters Volume 2. The CDs, they split up into Volume 1 and Volume 2. Volume 2 had all the later stuff, like Revolution, Don't Let Me Down, We Can Work It Out is not really a later Beatles song. It's right in the middle, kind of. The Tom Petty is $36.99. Tom Petty is $36.99 if anybody wants a copy of that. Who asked? Greg Rogers. $36.99 for Full Moon Fever. All right, now you're about to see some new stuff. We'll probably go through new vinyl for the first 15, 20 minutes tonight. And then, well, we've actually already been on for 15. More so a little after 7. And then we'll start showing some of our vintage. We've got 4 entire bins of new vintage arrivals. The Black Crows. A restock of this. This has turned out to be a really big seller for us. If you don't have one already, these are $44.99. This is also, Andy Wade wanted the Commodores. I need to put him on a waiting list for that. Andy, I will put you down for the Commodores Alabama 69. I only had one of those. I gave Paul the other. The Black Crows is on green vinyl. This is their classic album, Shake Your Moneymaker Live. It also comes with a 7-inch bonus with 2 other tracks on it, also on green vinyl. That is $44.99. That has turned out to be a very good seller for us. I have yet to keep a copy myself. I need to set one back. I love the Black Crows. Seen them in concert. Hope they come to Nashville again. ZZ Top, Diguelo. Get ready to see a lot of new ZZ Top albums tonight. This one's called Diguelo. Very interesting packaging. It's about 15% taller than your normal LP. There's a Beth Hart record. See how that's 5, maybe 5% taller. It's in an interesting package. Diguelo, I think the actual cover, yeah, the cover is down inside of here. It includes cheap sunglasses cut from the original Analog Masters with the original jacket and sleeve inside of that. $31.99. Sell one to Brandon Jackson, and we have another one as well. $31.99. I have one of those left. ZZ Top Diguelo. Beth Hart, this one's called 37 Days. We had that other one earlier. This is 37 Days, limited edition reissue of the now classic album, transparent red double vinyl. Beth Hart, 37 days, $34.99. ZZ Top Fandango. ZZ Top Fandango, $31.99. This is a single LP remaster of that. Paul Brothers on the other ZZ Top. That has to be probably for DeGuelo. Let me know if that's right, Paul, or let me know if that's wrong. Stephen Tuttle on Beth Hart. Stephen Tuttle on Beth Hart and Fandango. If anybody wants this one, please comment Fandango. The new Depeche Mode, Memento, let's see here, Memento Mori? Yeah, Memento Mori, $44.99. There was somebody on a waiting list for this. There was somebody on a wait list for the new Depeche Mode. Where are you, Depeche Mode? That was... Are these double-sided? Nope. I'm just overlooking it. Or maybe I didn't copy it over, Tanner. There was somebody, let's see. Yacht Rock, Zach Bryan, Skid Row, George Strait, System of a Down, Rush, Bon Jovi, Bob Marley, DJ, Warren Zevon, Roger Waters, Billy Idol, Janet Jackson, Big Star, Riot, System of a Down. I may have not copied it over. There was one person on the Depeche Mode. I know it's not Mike Massey, so let's go ahead. Let's go ahead and give that one to him. Last page on the right side, not boxed. Let's wait for the train to come through. What's that? Memento. Last page on the right side, not boxed. Boy, hold on a second. Mike Massey can see it before I can. Jackie Reynolds. How did he see that? It was Jackie Reynolds. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. Somewhere it's on these sheets, but I can't see it. Mike can see it. That's amazing. Okay, here's a surprise restock. I was actually going to post this. Wow. Gin Blossoms. These are very pricey on Discogs. New Miserable Experience. Gin Blossoms is $33.99. $33.99. Last side, right under BJ. Boy, well, he does see it. Depeche Mode Memento, Jackie Reynolds. It was on here. We didn't have it boxed off. Boy, that's amazing. Good eyes, Mike Massey. You get a gold star. Gin Blossoms is $33.99. Yes, I think this is the one everybody wants. It's been out of stock for quite some time. They were $50, $60 on Discogs. These are $33.99. New Miserable Experience, $33.99. I've got a stack of them. Here's another highly desirable restock. I've got 3, and I think we've got a few more on the way. I got to keep one for myself, but if we sell these 3, I'll go ahead and sell them. American Heartbreak, Zach Bryan, $59.99. Now, that is triple LP. That is 3 LP, 34 songs. Really good stuff here. If you like Tyler Childers, you'll like that. That is $59.99. Zach Bryan, American Heartbreak. Okay, so Gin Blossoms. Let's pull one for David Howard, one for Eric S., one for Ken Frazier. Ken, is that how you say your last name? Frazier, Ken Frazier. If you're a first-time buyer, I'll give you some instructions in just a second. Those 3 are sold to David, Eric, and Ken. Let's pull a Zach Bryan for Andy Wade and CDs and vinyl. If you're watching on YouTube, CDs and vinyl, that is their username. I do have a Zach Bryan pulled for you, CDs and vinyl. That's the eBay, or excuse me, that's the YouTube user ID. I do have one pulled for you. Andy Wade, I've got a Zach Bryan pulled for you. Chuck Wilson, that's Vamper on YouTube, and Marty Ellis. They both wanted Gin Blossoms. Chuck Wilson and Marty Ellis. Oh no, Chuck's username when I see it, I usually say Vamp. It says, looks like, when I first glanced down at it, it looks like Vampire Lists or something. But, okay, Ken, if you're a first-time buyer, thank you and welcome. What we need you to do is message our page, which is CollectCo. We do all of our invoicing through Square. We used to send invoices through Facebook Messenger. We're trying to get it more automated now. We do it through email. But if you can contact us first through Facebook Messenger, we can get your email address and your mailing address, and we will invoice you on Monday. $7 in limited shipping for the whole week. Lynyrd Skynyrd's Second Helping. This is Lynyrd Skynyrd's second album. They're a classic, Sweet Home Alabama. This is $36.99. Also, Don't Ask Me No Questions, another classic. And here's one of my favorite Leonard Skinner's, The Ballad of Curtis Loew. If you've never heard that, go listen to it, and then you'll want to buy this record. This is $36.99. The Ballad of Curtis Loew is a highly underrated Leonard Skinner song. They don't even put that on their greatest hits, and I'm like, wow, that's why you should buy this one. Linda Hasty wants a Gin Blossoms. I've got about 5 of those left. Grab them while you can. Scientific name for a tapeworm, so Latin, I guess. Wow. Okay. I'm just going to call you Chuck Wilson, or Vamp on YouTube is what I usually say. Sorry if y'all heard me chugging water. Andy Wade wants Second Helping. Finest picker to ever sing the blues. That's right, Curtis Loew. Tres Hombres, ZZ Top. Tres Hombres, ZZ Top, 180 gram. Like I said earlier, we got a lot of ZZ Top restocks tonight. It's cut from the original analog master tapes, $31.99, Tres Hombres. And a restock of now, that's what I call Yacht Rock. 2 LP. This is on 2 LPs, blue and white swirl vinyl, $34.99. Brian Ligon, I had you down on a waiting list. If you're watching, I've already got you down for one. The most important track on here is a song called Love Will Find a Way by Pablo Cruz. Wow. Baby Come Back, Player, We Just Disagree, Dave Mason. Africa by Toto, This Is It, Kenny Loggins. The Pina Colada Song, and Brandy, You're a Fine Girl. That's some good stuff. $34.99. Sell one to Tom Sullivan. Brett Bailey, the Zach Bryan was $59.99. We had a putback a couple weeks ago. We had a stray putback, and we didn't have a waiting list. It's 2 or 3 weeks ago when we sold it on Discogs, I think, for over 100. Not a cheap record. Plus, it's triple LP. That's why it's a little bit more costly. It's a triple LP, $59.99. Tom Sullivan on Yacht Rock. Andy Wade wants the other one. Andy Wade gets the other Yacht Rock, so both of those are gone. I need to put up another one. Ben, the Gin Blossoms is $33.99. New Miserable Experience, $33.99 if you want one. Okay, here's a surprise. I only have one. I'm expecting to get more since they sent me one. So what I'm going to do is go ahead and take a waiting list. I would like to keep this one myself, but I'm going to go ahead and sell it and then take a waiting list and hope we get more. Here's the last Rush restock we've been waiting on, Grace Under Pressure. Rush, Grace Under Pressure is $36.99. So I'm going to go ahead and sell this one to Alan Johnson, and then I'm going to take a list. Since we got this one in, that tells me they're about to ship some more, and they've pressed some more. So Grace Under Pressure. That's one of the Rush that a lot of people are missing with the newest restocks. And this next record, I only have one, but I've got for sure 25 more on the way. Very popular, been out of stock for quite some time. Collective Soul. Hints, Allegations, and Things Left Unsaid. This has their 2 big songs, Shine and Breathe on it. Shine and Breathe. And this is by Kraft. It's going to sound very good. This is $34.99. $34.99. Okay, let me go back up to the top. So we're going to go ahead and tag Alan Johnson with Rush, Grace Under Pressure. And then Tanner's going to take down all these other names, and I'm going to show this again a little bit later. If you get I don't know if these will be in by the end of the week, so if you get on a waiting list for this, I doubt we have any by tomorrow because I know we hadn't seen any shipped, but we could have some by next week. So this is just like a week out waiting list, most likely. Collective Soul, these will be here tomorrow for sure. I've got 25 more of these for sale. So if you claim one tonight, you can go ahead and claim it, like you can guarantee it's going to be on your invoice. So I've only got one tonight. Yeah, 25 more will be here tomorrow. Alan Johnson got the Rush tonight. Brandon Jackson on the waiting list. Chris Crowley, Jamie Butler, Paul Brothers, Bob Riger, Ken Frazier takes the Collective Soul here. Yes, as far as I know, Grace Under Pressure is 180 gram. This is the first one I've got in. No hype sticker. Barcode comes back 200 gram, but they've been 180, most of them. So, yes, assume you're buying 180. Let's see. Ken Frazier got Collective Soul. Acoustic Sounds. I think you mean QRP. Most of these Rush albums, especially in the perforated bags, have been pressed at QRP, which Acoustic Sounds is QRP's store. They're pressed at QRP. You've got Analog Productions, QRP, and Acoustic Sounds. It's pretty much all the same thing. Acoustic Sounds, I think, is their store and their label. QRP is the actual manufacturing plant, and then Analog Productions is the label, which is does audiophile pressings. James Cohorn, first on the Collective Soul list, which will be in tomorrow. Stephanie Harder, number 2. Sherry Darnell, 3rd. The Vaughn brothers have not come in. Paul Brothers, also on the Collective Soul list, and Greg Rogers. And if we want to keep those handy, I'll show them again a little bit later, all those that we've sold out of, because we'll definitely need them. Okay, here's the only thing left in here. Not much. I knew this would be a great first crate. We have the Black Crowes Shake Your Moneymaker Live. That's on green vinyl, 2LP, $44.99. Twice as Hard, Jealous Again, Hard to Handle, Thick and Thin, She Talks to Angels. That is $44.99. 2 of those left. The ZZ Top Fandango. ZZ Top is $31.99. Fandango. Gin Blossoms. Gin Blossoms, New Miserable Experience. That was a big surprise restock. $33.99 for Gin Blossoms. That is, we got 4 of those left. Surprisingly, 2 Zach Bryan's left. American Heartbreak. $59.99 for Zach Bryan. Those are still available. And ZZ Top Tres Hombres. ZZ Top Tres Hombres. So, James Cohorn on Gin Blossoms. That's sold to James Cohorn. And here is what's left in here. One more time. ZZ Top, American Heartbreak by Zach Bryan. Chris Kirkley also wants a Gin Blossoms. 2 of those left. We're definitely going to sell out tonight. So if you're on the fence, go ahead and grab one, because I don't know if I can get more. I would say I can. Not for sure, though. ZZ Top and then the Black Crowes. Let me go through another crate of new vinyl. It's officially almost 7 o'clock, so we would normally still not even be started yet. We've already been through 2 crates. Let me go ahead and go through another one. I think this crate here, let me see which one I want to go through next. I got a big restock from this distributor, which usually sends us really cool stuff. Let's go ahead and go through here. There's only about 5 or 6 titles in here, but there's some really good stuff. Greg wants a Gin Blossoms and Collective Soul. So yeah, the other thing in there was Rush. This is a waiting list. This is a waiting list. These will be in tomorrow, guaranteed. You'll have them on this week's invoice. Collective Soul, Hence Allegation, Things Left Unsaid. Those are $34.99. So let's pull a Gin Blossoms for Craig Weatherford and put him on the Collective Soul waiting list. That leaves me with 1 Gin Blossoms on hand. 1 Gin Blossoms on hand. All right, let's go through this crate. We got another restock of Days of the New. Days of the New is $49.99. This is a music on vinyl press, available for the first time on vinyl. Originally came out in 1997. It was never released on vinyl. I know somebody who has an original CD that's autographed by the band, but yeah, that's $49.99. Days of the New. I recommend it. Good stuff there. It's kind of got it's got a grungish feel to it, if that's a word. Susie's going to take the last Gin Blossoms. Tanner, if we just want to tag that one, I'll lay it over here in this other pile to show those later. We'll put it there with the others, but if you don't mind handing one back to me. Days of the New is music on vinyl, $49.99. Riot. I've got a pre-order on this. This is a new release this week from Music on Vinyl. Riot, Fire Down Under, limited to 750 on translucent red vinyl. I've got 3 left to sell tonight. The pre-order for that was Richard Davis, James C. Jones, Brandon Jackson, Darren Wortman, Woods Felix, Jared Benoit, and Bob McKinney. I've already got those pulled. Those were pre-sold. They're $38.99. They've made 750. They're numbered on the back, and they're red vinyl. This is $38.99. $38.99 for Riot. Ken Crooker wants one. Ken Crooker wants one. Yeah, Days of the New is good. Of course, the big song on there is called Touch, Peel, and Stand. If you want a sample, go listen to that. Go stream that, Touch, Peel, and Stand, and you might want to come back and get one of those. $49.99. Gary Samuels, the Gin Blossoms. Gary, I am sold out, but I will put you on a waiting list if that's okay. The rest of the night will be a waiting list for Gin Blossoms. But I think we can get more. There's 2 Motley Crue albums. If you want one, please comment the name of the album. If you want this one, put Theater of Pain or Theater or Pain, but I haven't had any Motley Crue in stock in a while. This is the 40th anniversary remaster. The 2 hit songs on this one is Home Sweet Home and Smoking in the Boys' Room. Theater of Pain is $33.99. $33.99. And the other one, if you want this one, comment Too Fast or Love. This is Too Fast for Love. Motley Crue, $33.99. A lot of the really, really big Motley Crue fans say their first album here is their best work. Motley Crue. So there's the two. If you want one of those, let me know the name of the album. We have Theater of Pain and we have Too Fast for Love, or you can get both of them if you want it. Michelle Phillips wants a Theater of Pain. I've got 5 each available. I can't remember. I don't think we wrote it down, but somebody wanted this album. Maybe they're watching. This is Yaz Upstairs at Eric's, a Mobile Fidelity Sound Lab, a MoFi pressing. These are numbered on the back on the Grain 2 Ultra Analog system. That's the mastering system they use for these. It's the silver label, $38.99, and that is Yaz Upstairs at Eric's. Theater of Pain is sold to Greg Rogers, Theater of Pain. Motley Crue is not on colored vinyl. There's a new box set out that has all their albums on colored vinyl. I think I've got one on the way. Scott Fairchild wants on the Collective Soul list, and both Yaz are sold. Andy Wade and Tom Sullivan both want a Yaz. That's the only 2 I have. If anybody else wants one, let me know. I can have it here next week. A restock of Kiss, Creatures of the Night. This is the newest Kiss release. Well, I think there's a soundboard that comes out soon, but this is the Creatures of the Night Half-Speed Master. Creatures of the Night Half-Speed Master, $39.99. I think the Motley Crue box is $179.99. Here's the Collective Soul that everybody's commenting about. We've got a shipment that will be here tomorrow. We only had one to show tonight. They're $34.99. It's Hints, Allegations, and Things Left Unsaid. We got those back in stock. If anybody wants one, you can go ahead and claim it like you're getting it tonight, and we'll have it in. U2, this is the best of U2, 1990 to 2000. $49.99. That's a 2 LP hits compilation from U2. And the classic, fantastic Nickelback album, All the Right Reasons. Nickelback is $31.99. Quick recap on that. I'll show Gin Blossom's Collective Soul and Rush in just a second. If you're just hopping on, welcome. We're on our second crate of new vinyl. We've also done a recap from later tonight. We're going to show a couple bins of new vinyl. Actually, I'll go ahead and show a crate of new vintage right after this one. I'll do a crate of new vintage right after this one. So, first, let's pull Greg Rogers, a Nickelback. I mean, you can't tell me you don't like the song If Everyone Cared or Far Away. Great stuff, right, Tanner? Yep. Yeah, Nickelback, and I don't get it. I mean, some people just don't like it. I'm going to show the warrants in just a second, Corey Costa. Give me 1 second on that. Rights. Yeah, we got some pretty low numbers on the rights. Okay, Days of the New, 2 LP, music on vinyl, $49.99. Riot, Fire Down Under. Riot, Fire Down Under. This is a new release for music on vinyl, $750 on red, $38.99. Then Motley Crue, we got Theater of Pain, $33.99. Too Fast for Love, $33.99. Creatures of the Night by Kiss, $39.99. That's a new half-speed master. Alan Jonathan on Riot. Alan, let me make sure you wasn't on that pre-order. You wasn't. So Alan Jonathan on Riot. I've got one left if anybody else wants one. U2, 1990 to 2000, $49.99. And Nickelback, All the Right Reasons. Nickelback is $31.99. All right, that's those. Let me go through and pick out some new vintage to show you. We'll go back through some new vinyl in just a second. John did get some reggae stuff ready. I think that's this entire crate here. I'm going to show a whole bin of reggae in just a second. We're probably going to auction a lot of it off. Actually, that's what I might do. I may go ahead and pull some out and start auctioning some of the reggae. I got to make sure that a few people's watching, though, like Doc Smith and Brent Rabley and Jeff McMaster, and who else buys the reggae stuff? There was a couple people the first night I had some of that, and it was like about 4 or 5 people bought it all. It's usually Doc Smith says he's here. Third time a right, please. Hendry, I'm not seeing your comments. If you've commented 3 times you wanted that album, I have not seen any time. Third time, a riot, please. I will pull that for you. I have not seen any of your comments. All right, so Hendry wants a riot, fire down under. Either they're not showing up or they're not going through. All right. Let's see here. I really hadn't looked through it. Let me bring it over here so I can start putting up some auctions. And I think the crate of Japanese stuff that I was working on last night is up here. It's right there. So I got Japanese stuff already up here too. I'll put some almost said I'll put some Jamaica stuff. That's what it is. It's Jamaica music. Reggae. Let's see what we have here. Here looks like a Bob Marley OG. 1983 Allied Press. Bob Marley Confrontation. This is a 1983 Allied pressing. By the way, this was not from Bowling Green collection. This was from the Dallas collection. The big 20, 30,000 piece Dallas collection we got. So just a standard generic inner sleeve. The vinyl on this is VG Plus. VG Plus, this is Bob Marley and the Wailers Confrontation. This is a 1983 Allied pressing gatefold. Has a little bit of cover damage here. It looks like a couple stains. VG cover, VG Plus vinyl. Bob Marley is a $35 start. $35 start on that. Okay, that's our first auction. We'll go ahead and get started there. We got new vinyl here. New vinyl here. Everything's first come, first serve. Buy it now. El Chicano. El Chicano is $29.99. El Chicano self-titled. MCA 1973, $29.99. Roy is in on Bob Marley at $35. John Edwards, $24.99. John Edwards, $24.99. Promo copy, white label promo. The Eagles, the long run. Well, that's a nice looking cover. It's got a couple spots on it, but usually this is like, this is a nice copy. That's all I'll say about it. Nice copy of the Eagles, the long run, $24.99. Roy's at $35 on Bob Marley. Little Stevie Wonder, $19.99. This is an early Stevie Wonder album. It's definitely a 70-ish repress. Little Stevie Wonder recorded live, the 12-year-old genius, $19.99 on that. Helmet and House of Pain, interesting, from Judgment Night. This is a 12-inch single, Helmet and House of Pain, just another victim. This is $9.99. It looks like it has 5 versions of it. 5 versions of it. Black Sabbath, $44.99 for Sabotage. Pretty clean copy. It's on the NIMS label. It's a Holland pressing, but very clean copy of Sabotage. Black Sabbath, $44.99. Brandon Jackson, first to Helmet. Martin Pryor was second. Final call on Bob Marley at $35. Stevie Wonder, Original Musicarium. This is a 2LP Stevie Wonder compilation. Very good stuff on here. $29.99 for Stevie Wonder, Original Musicarium. Martin Pryor, first on Black Sabbath. That's sold to Martin Pryor. Stevie Wonder, In Square Circle. Stevie Wonder is $24.99. In Square Circle. In Square Circle. Boy, that's hard to say. In Square Circle. The Best of the Impressions. Best of the Impressions is $29.99. I don't think I've ever seen this. Black ABC label. Very nice cover. The Best of the Impressions, $29.99. And The Best of Wilson Pickett. Now that's some good stuff. The Best of Wilson Pickett. In the Midnight Hour, $19.99. All right, let's go ahead and sell Roy Edmonds to Bob Marley for $35. That's sold to Roy Edmonds for $35. Antonio Carlos Jobim. Wave, $44.99 on A&M Records. Antonio Carlos, $44.99. Wilson Pickett sold to James C. Jones. Monica, you were second on Black Sabbath. We've already sold. Actually, you would have been third. Chris Jagger, $14.99. Chris Jagger, $14.99. Chris Jagger, $14.99. 10 years after, Rock and Roll Music to the World. 10 years after is 1999. And Emerson, Lake and Palmer, Love Beach. Gold stamp promo, Emerson, Lake and Palmer, Love Beach, $19.99. Elton John, 21 at $33. Elton John is $19.99. And Jukebox Classics by the original artist. Jukebox Classics, $14.99. Sugar Shack, Louie, The Kingsman, Heatwave. Archie Bell and the Drells, Tighten Up. It's Jukebox Classics. The best of Chuck Berry. The best of Chuck Berry. That is $14.99. Joe Boxers, Like Gangbusters. Joe Boxers, $14.99. Nice looking copy of that. Original inner sleeve. And Johnny Rivers, Realization. Realization. I feel like I'm missing a syllable there. $19.99. Mike Massey first on Joe Boxers and Susie Breedlove on Jukebox. So Joe Boxers to Mike Massey, Jukebox to Susie Breedlove. Gary Samuel says he'll be on the Gin Blossoms waiting list. He is okay with that. He is okay with that. This is a kind of more pricier. Is this reggae? I guess it looks like it. Yeah. Steel Pulse, Earth Crisis. A lot going on here on the cover. Oh my gosh. This is a $75 start. It's a white label promo. Steel Pulse, Earth Crisis, near mint. This is actually really nice. Gold stamp promo on the back. That's a $75 start. Steel Pulse, Earth Crisis. That is now up for auction. Feel It, the Elvin Bishop Group. Never seen this one. $19.99. Feel It, the Elvin Bishop Group on the Fillmore label. $19.99. The Days of the New is $49.99, Stephen Tuttle. $49.99. Nice copy of Jailbreak by Thin Lizzy. $34.99. The Boys Are Back in Town. $34.99. That's an OG press. A Touch of Gold, Johnny Rivers. Johnny's in shrink wrap. $14.99. Johnny Rivers, A Touch of Gold. And Red Rider, Breaking Curfew. Red Rider is $19.99. Breaking Curfew. Very nice copy. The Best of the Bee Gees, $19.99. Best of Bee Gees, Atco Press, yellow label, near mint. Very nice copy, $19.99. And the Best of the Bee Gees Volume 2. Best of the Bee Gees Volume 2 is $19.99. Those are both available, Volume 1 and Volume 2. The Best of Billy J. Kramer with the Dakotas, $14.99 on Billy J. Kramer, the best of. And Pete Townsend, Chinese Eyes, $14.99. Pete Townsend, Chinese Eyes. Okay, the Steel Pulse is up for auction. The vinyl is near mint minus. It looks like it is almost unplayed. Very nice copy. The cover, I usually grade most decent looking covers unless there's like a flaw or something with it. VG Plus has the original inner sleeve. This is an auction item, and to get it started, you have to bid $75. So if anybody wants to bid, you put Steel Pulse or SP or Earth Crisis, whatever, let me know you're bidding on that, and then the numerical $75. If no one bids, then I make it a buy it now, and it's a first come, first serve. Preservation Act 2, The Kinks. Boy, I've never seen that either. Preservation Act 2, The Kinks. Didn't know they made that one. $26.99. The Kinks, Preservation Act 2. Randy Meisner from the Eagles. That's $14.99. And Moody Blues, Caught Live plus 5. That is $19.99. Stephen Tuttle wants a new copy of Days of the New, Music on Vinyl Press. If anybody else wants one of these, let me know. Days of the New is $49.99. This is new from Music on Vinyl. It's been a huge, big seller. He wants 2 of them. There's one for Stephen Tuttle. There's another for Stephen Tuttle. If anybody else wants one, let me know. Dale Cooper wants the Moody Blues. That's sold to Dale Cooper. And the next record in the crate is Sergio Mendes, The Great Arrival, $19.99, recorded in Hollywood, California. Sergio Mendes, The Great Arrival. The Commodores, Greatest Hits, nice looking copy in shrink wrap, $14.99, near mint minus. The Commodores' Greatest Hits. Paul Desmond from the Hot Afternoon. Paul Desmond, $29.99. Paul Desmond from the Hot Afternoon. Looks like it's got a promo stamp on the front. Royal Blood. Royal Blood is $29.99. That's in shrink wrap. And Louis Armstrong, A Remembrance. Louis Armstrong is $9.99, A Remembrance. Robin Trower Live, $19.99. Green Chrysalis label. Very nice copy. And The Secret Value of Daydreaming, Julian Lennon, $14.99 on that. John Ambrosic wants Royal Blood. That's so to John Ambrosic. Jeff McMaster, the Paul Desmond was $29.99. James C. Jones wants RT. That's Robin Trower. That's sold to James C. Jones, and Doc Smith wants the Louis Armstrong. Sherry Darnell was second. If anybody wants Steel Pulse, it's a buy it now for $75. If anybody wants Steel Pulse, well, that's hard to say, especially when you're speaking very quickly. Gold stamp promo on the back. That is a $75 buy it now. If anybody wants that, it is available for purchase. Pete Townsend, Empty Glass, $14.99. This has his hit single, Let My Love Open the Door, $14.99. Marty Ellis, first on the Commodore's Greatest Hits. That's sold to Marty Ellis. Dave Edmonds, Twangin'. Dave Edmunds is $19.99. Twangin', that's on Swan Song, the Led Zeppelin label, $19.99. The Fabulous Thunderbirds, Tough Enough, that's $19.99 for the Fabulous Thunderbirds. And The Shadow, this is an original radio broadcast, The Shadow, featuring the Tomb of Terror and the tenor with the broken voice, starring Orson Welles. That is $14.99 for The Shadow radio broadcast. Emerson, Lake and Palmer. Boy, this artwork looks very nice. $19.99 for Emerson, Lake and Palmer. Probably a first press on Coalition. 1971, definitely looks like it. $19.99. Colin Butler, first on The Shadow broadcast. And Herbie Hancock, Rocket, $14.99. B-side Rocket short version. That's a 12-inch single. Jay Key, you were second on The Shadow. And Greg Rogers on FT, Fabulous Thunderbirds. Chris DeMoss on Herbie Hancock. So, Marty Ellis got the Commodores. Colin was first to The Shadow. Jay Key, you were second. Greg got the Fabulous Thunderbirds. Chris DeMoss got Herbie Hancock. Doc Smith was second. There is some absolutely great records left in here in our first bin of new vintage arrivals. Let me go through those one more time. I don't know if I made the reggae stuff. I may just put up for auction. I've got one more I'll try. I mean, I've got a whole crate of it here. Might be best just to leave them all as bought now. But here's a Bob Marley I've never seen before, Rasta Revolution. Maybe because it's a UK version. It says made in England. It's VG Plus from 1974. This is a $30 start. About a VG or VG minus cover. Has some wear where it's a black cover. VG Plus on the vinyl, that's a UK. Rasta Revolution, that'll be a $30 start. I'm going to read through these titles. If anybody wants any prices, let me know. El Chicano, I'll actually go ahead and say the prices. $29.99, El Chicano. John Edwards, that was a promo copy, $24.99. Nice copy of Eagles The Long Run, $24.99. Little Stevie Wonder, $19.99. And Stevie Wonder Original Musicarium, which was a 2 LP compilation, $29.99. Ron Stoltz, the Commodores have already sold. Stevie Wonder, In Square Circle, was $24.99. The Best of the Impressions was $29.99. Antonio Carlos Jobim is $44.99. And Chris Jagger, $14.99. 10 Years After, Rock and Roll Music to the World, $19.99. Emerson, Lake and Palmer, Love Beach. Love Beach is $19.99. Elton John, 21 at 33, also $19.99. And $14.99 for The Best of Chuck Berry. Best of Chuck Berry. Jobim. Antonio Carlos Jobim. Thank you, Craig. Jerry Stone wants the Pete Townsend Empty Glass. That's sold to Jerry Stone. Let's see. Doc Smith's at 30 on Bob Marley. Going twice, going 3 times. Josh Ragland wants Chuck Berry. That's sold to Josh Ragland. Johnny Rivers, Realization. Johnny Rivers is $19.99. And the Elvin Bishop Group, Feel It. Elvin Bishop Group, $19.99. Can't believe no one grabbed Thin Lizzy Jailbreak. Nice original press, $34.99. If you don't have that, you'll thank me later. Johnny Rivers, A Touch of Gold, $14.99. That's in shrink wrap. Red Rider, Breaking Curfew, $19.99. New bidder on Bob Marley, Aaron Jolly's at $32. Roger Ramjet, first to Thin Lizzy. David Eberly, you were second. We have The Best of the Bee Gees, Volume 1 and Volume 2. Those are $19.99 each. Very nice copies. Mark Robinson, you were third on Thin Lizzy. The Best of Billy J. Kramer with the Dakotas. Billy J. Kramer is $14.99. Pete Townsend, Chinese Eyes. Pete Townsend is $14.99. 10 Years After Condition. I don't think we had any, none of these are check conditions. So really nice cover. VG Plus or better, and EX Plus to Near Mint. Yeah, very nice. Near Mint minus vinyl. That is $19.99. Waiting on lower prices. Then you're going to miss out on a lot of records because they're going to sell. The Kinks, Preservation Act 2, $26.99. Randy Meisner, solo album, self-titled, $14.99. Sergio Mendes is $19.99. No, we've already sold that one. This one is Paul Desmond. This is $29.99. Bob McKinney, if you pass on 10 Years After, then Mark Robinson will take it. We have Bob Marley now at $33 with Doc Smith. The Secret Value of Daydreaming, Julie Lennon, $14.99. Emerson, Lake and Palmer and Dave Edmunds are both $19.99. ELP was in really good condition. This has their hit song, Lucky Man, on it. That's a good one. The Bob Marley Rasta Revolution is at $33. I can only wait so long. Then you fall asleep, right, Zach? Zach is notorious for falling asleep on us. So sad. So sad. All right, let's go through another crate of new vinyl. Let me see what I've got right here. This is another crate from another, yeah, I think y'all like some of these. It's only a few titles, so let me go through this one, and then I'll go through the next one. Didn't realize you coming on tonight. Not only was we coming on tonight, but we came on 30 minutes early. We've already been going for almost an hour. Craig Thomas is in at 34 on Bob Marley. Bob McKinney passes on 10 years after, so we can give that one to Mark Robinson. That's confirmed. And, yeah, we have sales. Well, this week was a little odd because I went to the Masters. But we usually have sales on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. You can count on us being live. So I've heard some people tag other people and be like, Collectco does live sales on Thursdays and Saturdays or something like that. And I'm like, no, we have sales almost every night now. So usually Sundays are the only night we don't do sales, but we might on Sundays before long. White Line, Pride. This is music on vinyl. White Line, $38.99. 2 copies of Kiss Animalize. This is the US 2014. Kiss Animalize, $33.99. Kiss Animalize. That's a 2014 US remaster. And we have a German version. See the alternate S's, different S's there on Kiss. This is Music from the Elder. Kiss, $44.99. Kiss, Music from the Elder, $44.99. That's the German alternate S version. Extreme Porno Graffiti. Big restock of this. I always sell out $38.99. Extreme 2 Porno Graffiti, $38.99. $38.99. Got lots of those. And here's a new music on vinyl release. Harem Scarum. Self-titled limited edition of 666. They made 666 of them on individually numbered copies, crystal clear vinyl. Holding in my hand, I've got 216, Harem Scarum. That is $38.99. That's a new music on vinyl release. Okay, Bob Marley, we had 34. Then we had 35 on Bob Marley. Then we had 37 on Bob Marley. Ken Crooker wants Kiss, Music from the Elder. That's sold to Ken Crooker. Andy Wade on Kiss Animalize. Jerry Stone wants a Harem Scarum. That's sold to Jerry Stone. High bid on Bob Marley is now $38 with Aaron Jolly. The other new music on vinyl, I don't know what numbers we have. That was 216, 222, 568, 217, and 235. No 666. No 666. Trevin Price wants a copy of Extreme, and Doc Smith is at 40 on the Bob Marley. We had 38, now 40. The other new music on vinyl is Raven Stay Hard. I meant to post pre-orders of all these, and I never got around to it. Raven Stay Hard, limited edition, 750 individually numbered copies on translucent yellow vinyl. Raven is $38.99. Sell one to Ken Crooker. I've got 4 left of those. And this, when this originally came out, it was very difficult to get. I had this back ordered forever. Daft Punk Discovery. Daft Punk Discovery. This is $39.99. Daft Punk Discovery. That's been on back order forever. I hadn't checked prices on that, but that is $39.99. As you can see, I had a bunch of them. Daft Punk Discovery, $39.99. Ken Crooker got a Raven. Let's sell one to R. Wayne Heat and also Darren Wortman. High bid on Bob Marley is $40, going twice, going 3 times. Brandon Jackson also wants a Raven. I have one of those left, and I probably will have to take a waiting list and need to get more. Daft Punk is $39.99. Okay, that was just a few titles, but it was some very popular stuff. We have 1 copy left of White Line Pride, $38.99. White Line Pride. 1 copy left of Kiss Animalize. That's a US 2014, $33.99. When I say 2014, this was pressed probably in the last 30 days or 60 days. I would guess. They remastered the Kiss catalog for vinyl in 2014, just like when we say it's a Black Sabbath 2012 remaster. They've been pressed very recently, but they're using those same masters. Kiss, Music from the Elder, the German import, $44.99. Andy Wade is going to take the last copy of Raven. So let me show that one more time so we can take waiting list. Raven is limited to 750 on yellow vinyl. new release from Music on Vinyl. They're numbered on the back. Those are $38.99. David Tate wants Animalize. That one's now sold out by Kiss. Bob Marley's at $41 of Aaron Jolly. The other restock was Raven, probably one of our biggest selling Music on Vinyl titles, because this album originally came out in 1990. I think I had a Euro version one time, but not easy to get on vinyl, you know, like any kind of vintage or original pressing. That's why those sell so well, and it's only $38.99. Harem Scarum, another new release from Music on Vinyl, limited to 666, $38.99. John Mitzmoyer wants on the Raven waiting list. Raven Stay Hard. And Doc Smith said he is at 42 on Bob Marley. Doc Smith's at 42 on Bob Marley. And Daft Punk Discovery. I guess we don't have any Daft Punk fans watching. Daft Punk Discovery is $39.99. I've got 15 of those. I've never seen any other Extreme album on vinyl except this one right here. And let's see here. Can you get any Samantha Fish? Yes, I can. Just let me know which ones you're looking for. Randy Scarborough wants a Harem Scarum. And anybody else. I'm going to go ahead and grab the next crate of new vinyl. I'll be showing these three a lot. This is three big new surprise restocks. Rush is a waiting list. They'll probably be in next week. This is the only, I have not shown this one until tonight. Grace Under Pressure, $36.99. 180 gram remastered, new and sealed. These will be in tomorrow. You will definitely get one this week. Collective Soul, Hints, Allegations, and Things Left Unsaid. That has Shine and Breathe on it. Those are from Kraft, $34.99. And then this was a big one. Gin Blossoms, New Miserable Experience, $33.99. Gin Blossoms. That's a waiting list. So waiting list on Gin Blossoms. Collective Soul will be here tomorrow. Excuse me. And waiting list on Rush. I'll be showing those a bunch tonight. Jerry Stone wants a copy of Extreme. That's Porno Graffiti, and so does Randy Scarborough. Jerry Stone wants on the Grace Under Pressure wait list. Walt Cruz wants a Collective Soul waiting list. Let me go ahead and show the warrants. Not before. I'll let you know Aaron Jolly's at 45 on Bob Marley, and Mitchell Thomas wants down on the Gin Blossoms waiting list. Randy on the Rush waiting list. Chris Kirkley on the Rush waiting list. Yeah, I just seen I was getting one of those, and I don't know what's up with that. That tells me that they're probably shipping more, and they got another batch in. But that's what's going on with that. So, okay, Bob Marley's now at $45. If there's been several bidders, if you're ever done bidding, say out. I do not have OK Computer. Radiohead, that is something that is not available. Let's see, there's more. What is that stuff that's pre-sold, isn't it? Where is the bin of warrants at? Did I bring those over here, or if I can just... Those are all sold. That's the 49 we've pre-sold. There was another crate of them somewhere. Here they are, and a couple other records. I'll just grab 1, 3, 4, 5. Let me grab these so I go ahead and read that list off. I have located them. Okay. Bob Marley, Aaron Jolly has the high bid on this at 45. This is Bob Marley and the Wailers, Rasta Revolution. The notes on this one was a 1974 UK pressing, VG Plus, 1974 VG Plus UK pressing. Boy, that's a nice looking Telecaster he's got there, or Stratocaster. That's one of my favorite colors for that guitar. High bid on that is Aaron Jolly at $45. New for this week, the last time you'll see any new Warrant album, unless they do their later albums, on colored vinyl. This is Warrant, because they're going to reissue them on black vinyl next. This is Warrant, Dirty, Rotten, Filthy, Stinking Rich, limited to 3,000 on crystal clear vinyl, numbered on the back, right here. This is number 115. They're $44.99. Let me read off the pre-order for this. Let me take a deep breath before I do it. Here's everybody who pre-ordered a Warrant, Dirty, Rotten, Filthy, Stinking Rich, Music on Vinyl. That's on clear vinyl. Jared Benoit, Jerry Stone, Greg Stone, Terry Myers, Dustin Whitaker, Linda Hasty got 2, Richard Davis, James Cohorn, Brent Mylin, Ryan Green, Alvo Dabney, Susie Breedlove, David Eberly, Jeff Hawes, Randy Scarborough, James C. Jones, Randy Davis, Jeff Johnson, Matt Kolb, Marco Martinez, Michelle Phillips, Kevin Squires, Joe Gabriel, Matt Algram, Bubby Mercer, Eric Beck, Gary Samuels, John Stites, Nick Pullen, Dwayne Sevilla, Charlie DeFrank, Kevin Jordan, Jamie Shears, David Sosby, Darren Wharton, Corey Costa, Debbie Blair, Mike Helton, Ray Vinson, Jason McCobb, David Chilcote, Pete Kovias, James Bragg, Brent Rabley, Chris Seville, and Brenda Medina. That's everybody. And I have them in stock. I've got about 50 more. That was 49, so that leaves me with, I think, 51, and I've got another 100 coming probably next week, just like cherry pie. We got another 100 or so cherry pies in last week. So let me get to the top of my comments here. Final call on Bob Marley. I'm about to sell that for 45. And then let's go ahead and start tagging some warrants. We have Stephen Tuttle on Warrant. Fred Carnell wants on the Collective Soul waiting list for hints and allegations, Collective Soul. Stephen Tuttle got a warrant. John Ambrosic wants on the Gin Blossoms waiting list. David Sweevil wants a warrant. So does Tom Sullivan. So does Dave Eberly. Tom Sullivan was correct in his comment there. He does want a warrant. So does Jeff McMaster. These are $44.99. Eric S. wants a warrant. So does Mark Stropes and Michael Nath and Edward Star Wars. And Tom, I've got you down from one earlier. So those are Dirty, Rotten, Filthy, Stinking Rich by warrant. $44.99. I have those available to sell to you tonight. Alrighty. How about Collective Soul? Another Collective Soul. This is the newest album, Vibrating. That's on blue vinyl. $31.99. Chad, I was already on the list. So David doesn't need one. He said maybe he was already on the list, right? Yeah, if you heard your name and then you claimed one live, let me know so we don't tag you for two. We go ahead and pull you off. Paul Brothers wants a warrant, and he wants a Dog Eat Dog. We have that as well. Let's go ahead and show the other two warrants we have. We have Dog Eat Dog and Cherry Pie, also on colored vinyl. They're both numbered and limited. This is Dog Eat Dog, and this is Cherry Pie. Yes, this is the newest warrant that's on clear vinyl. They did another color before this one. This is the one that comes out this week on clear vinyl. This is a new version, a new color. This is on clear vinyl, $44.99. Fred Carnell also wants on the waiting list for Gin Blossoms. The other two cherry pies we have are Dog Eat Dog the other two warrants we have are Dog Eat Dog and Cherry Pie. That one's Paul Brothers, and so is this copy of Warrant. All right, that is available. Warrant is very popular. Not only that, these are very tough to get original pressings of. Good luck finding a copy of Dog Eat Dog. I think it was never even released in the United States. I think they're only European copies. And then these are pretty accessible. It's not a rare record by no means. It's just super high in demand, so they're kind of hard to get. A lot of people don't let go of them. And then Cherry Pie is a pretty tough album to get to, especially a true first U.S. press. All right, Aaron Jolly gets Bob Marley for $45. That auction's done. Back to the bin, we had Collective Soul. That's still available. And DJ Jazzy Jeff. He's the DJ with the Fresh Prince, a.k.a. Will Smith. That is $36.99. I had a waiting list for that. Paul Brothers, I've already got you down for one. Paul Brothers, DJ Jazzy Jeff. That is $36.99. DJ Jazzy Jeff. Stormtroopers of Death, Speak English or Die, $31.99. Stormtroopers of Death. There was also a waiting list for this. Michael Herrera, I've got you down for one. SOD is $31.99. I've got one available if anybody else wants one. Warren Zevon, this is limited edition, glow-in-the-dark, red vinyl. This glows in the dark, $28.99. $28.99. Corey Costa wants an SOD. We had two people waiting for Warren Zevon. That's Joe Valentine and Josh Ragland. Those are both already sold. I need to probably get more of these. I already don't have enough. That one goes to Corey Costa. Andy Wade, if it's okay, I'll put you on a waiting list. I haven't shown this in a long time. Grand Funk Railroad Collected. Grand Funk Railroad Collected from Music on Vinyl 2LP. Just like all the other collected series, these are great compilations. Time Machine, Closer to Home, Foot Stomping Music, War an American Band, The Locomotion, Some Kind of Wonderful. All the great Grand Funk songs, $44.99, Grand Funk Collected. I've only got one of those. A restock of Kiss Asylum, another 2014 remaster, $33.99 for Kiss Asylum. And the very amazing, this is truly amazing, the Analog Productions, pressed at QRP, cut from the original masters, 2 LP, 45 RPM, Leonard Skinner, pronounced Leonard Skinner. This will blow your socks off. Leonard Skinner, pronounced Leonard Skinner, $69.99. I have 2 copies of that. Highly recommended. Grand Funk Railroad. So what I'm going to do on this is I'm going to sell this one to Sherry Darnell, and then I'm going to take a waiting list, and they'll be in next week. They'll be in next week. So Grand Funk Railroad, this one sold to Sherry Darnell. Edward Star Wars, if it's okay, I'll put you on a waiting list. The 2 Leonard Skinners are sold to John Ambrosic and Tom Sullivan. And I immediately need a waiting list for that too with Michael Nath if he wants on it. I think I can get more of those. They'll be in next week, but I can get more. Those are sold to John and Tom. Another collected, 38 Special collected. 38 Special collected. Their greatest songs, 1977 to 1991. They're all on here. 38 Special collected from Music on Vinyl. This is $44.99 as well. Michael Nath on the pronounced Analog Productions waiting list. Susie on the Grand Funk collected waiting list. Randy also on Leonard Skinner waiting list, and 38 Special. So some of these, when this originally came out, I probably pre-sold over 100 of them. We sold a lot. This and Grand Funk, and when Leonard Skinner collected came out, I just haven't had them in a long time. So what I'm going to do is kind of like take a live pre-sale on them. I've only got one, and then they'll be in next week. So just let me know if you want one. 38 Special collected. This one I've got in hand goes to Mike Massey, and then I'll take a waiting list. And if you don't want on that, let me know. But that's sold to Mike Massey. Alan Jonathan, first on the waiting list. So is David Eberly. Let's go ahead and pull a Daft Punk from the last crate. Daft Punk to Zachary Smith. I've got these right here if anybody else wants one. That's sold to Zachary Smith. Paul Brothers on the Grand Funk waiting list. Chris DeMoss and Sherry Darnell on the 38 Special waiting list. Those are $44.99 for the collecteds. $44.99 for the collecteds. Let me see if I got another Bob Marley to put up for auction. I do. This is Bob Marley and the Wailers, Rastaman Vibration. VG Plus. This is a 1976 Santa Maria press. 1976 Santa Maria press on Bob Marley, Rastaman Vibration, VG Plus on the vinyl. That is a $35 start. $35 start on Bob Marley. There's another OG Bob up for auction. Sherry and Chris on the waiting list, $44.99. I have not shown Kiss Unplugged. A Perfect Circle, 13th Step. A Perfect Circle, $44.99. That's available. That's a Music on Vinyl press. Ministry. I have not shown this one ever before. Music on Vinyl Ministry, Twitch. I meant to do a pre-sale on this one, and I did. I feel like I post pre-sales every day, all day, and I never post enough. That's how much new vinyl's out there available. Ministry is $38.99. Twitch. Twitch. That's from MOV. Patsy Cline. This is also from QRP. Analog pressed at QRP. Pressed at QRP from Analog Productions. Patsy Cline's Greatest Hits. This is a 2 LP, 45 RPM, new and sealed, $69.99. Joe Barrios on Ministry. You can always count on Joe Barrios buying some Ministry. There's a new one coming out. I'll post a pre-order soon. A new Music on Vinyl release from Ministry. That one sold to Joe Barrios. High bid on Bob Marley is $36 with Joe Ives. Tom Sullivan wants on the 38 Special waiting list. Kiss, Hotter Than Hell, $44.99. This is the German version with the alternate S's, $44.99. I've got 3 of this, and this is the only new pressing of Hotter Than Hell that I can get is this import, $44.99. Tonic, Lemon Parade, first time on vinyl. If you could only see, Tonic is $38.99, and Almond Brothers is $54.99. This is a limited edition of 500 on blue and pink vinyl. Blue and pink vinyl, $54.99. Almond Brothers Eat a Peach, $54.99. Ken Crooker Wants a Kiss. So does Terry Myers, and so does Richard Bedford. All 3 Kisses are gone. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. That is Ken Crooker, Terry Myers and Richard Bedford. Monica Malley on Eat a Peach, and that is sold. Warrant to bundle. Cherry Pie, Dog Eat Dog. Yeah, what I thought about that, but right now it's kind of like I'm going to wait for it to, quote, like settle down, because it's kind of, a lot of people get confused on what they've bought and haven't bought. So maybe in a couple weeks, you know, we might do some kind of bundle special, but there's a, we kind of wait for everybody to ship them, get them, and then they know what they have. Most people, y'all will probably agree, y'all buy so much you don't know what you have, and you can't keep up with what we've ordered, and then we have putbacks and people wanting to replace stuff and swap it. So usually when something's like a big seller, we kind of wait until I show it again. So can you check for spine shank strictly diesel MOV? I can. If it's something that's long out of print, I probably can't get it, but if it's something kind of recent, I probably can. But I will look into that. Spine shank strictly diesel for Brad Green. Paul Brothers wants a Patsy Cline. I am sold out of the Eat a Peach, Paul, but I'll put your name down. And let's see here. Next is Tonic. We've already showed that. And here's another Analog Productions I've never shown. Muddy Waters Folk Singer. Muddy Waters Folk Singer from the original Analog Masters. He'll sound like he's in the room with you. This is $49.99. That's a single. At that price, it should be, yeah, that's a single LP. That's a single LP. Okay, final call on Bob Marley. Joe Ives has this for $36. Joe Ives has this for $36, going once, going twice. Will you be open tomorrow? Yes, we'll be open tomorrow from 10 to 4. 10 to 4. Cinderella, a big restock of Cinderella night songs. Once again, one of our other best-selling of all-time music on vinyl titles are Cinderella on music on vinyl. Just, once again, not a rare album, but the demand is so high for these, you just can't find them. It's just a fact. Cinderella night songs, $38.99. Okay, Michael Nath on Muddy Waters from Analog Productions. That's sold to Michael Nath. Let's see here. Scorpion's Crazy World. I don't know. I'll have to check that. Michael Herrera wants Cinderella. And Ryan Rice, A Perfect Circle. A Perfect Circle is $44.99. 13th step. This is one that I've got multiples of, because we, for sure, always sell out of these. Leonard Skinner Collected. Leonard Skinner Collected. $44.99. This is a 2LP. The best of Leonard Skinner, music on vinyl, $44.99. Ryan Rice said sold, and he asked for A Perfect Circle. That is sold. Will they be cheaper? No, I think the Warrants will still be $44.99. Black vinyl will still be $44.99. Let's go ahead and sell Joe Ives to Bob Marley for $36. Cinderella is on black vinyl. This is the black label, meaning the unlimited version. The unlimited version, $38.99. Okay, and then the last two in here, this is a new release. I did do a pre-order. Only a couple people pre-ordered it. This is Igor Stravinsky, maybe? Soldier's Tale, a new narration adapted and performed by Roger Waters. I figured there'd be more Pink Floyd buyers with this, but this is a new release from Music on Vinyl. They're numbered to 1,000. Roger Waters, a theatrical work to be read, played, and danced by 3 actors, the soldier, the devil, and a narrator. Roger Waters recorded all 3 characters with different accents and speaking voices. Of course, he's got a great speaking voice. If you just listen to like The Wall, you know, that's Roger Waters, got a very unique voice. $44.99. So this is like almost like a play. Right? That's Roger Waters, $44.99. The pre-order for that was James Bragg and Paul Brothers. James Bragg and Paul Brothers. That is $44.99. Igor Stravinsky's The Soldier's Tale from Music on Vinyl. Roger Waters. Narration. $44.99. Okay, let's go through this crate one more time. So the first thing we showed was the new Warrant, Dirty, Rotten, Filthy, Stinking Rich. Warrant is $44.99. Dirty, Rotten, Filthy, Stinking Rich. Collective Soul Vibrating. That's their newest album on blue vinyl. $31.99. DJ Jazzy Jeff, he's the DJ with the Fresh Prince, Will Smith, $36.99. Warren Zevon, this is his classic album that has Werewolves of London and Lawyers, Guns, and Money. Great stuff there, Warren Zevon. That is $28.99. Last copy of Kiss Asylum, $33.99. Last copy of Tonic Lemon Parade, $38.99. We have Cinderella Night Songs, $38.99. Leonard Skinner Collected, $44.99. And The Soldier's Tale, $44.99. The Soldier's Tale, $44.99. That's the new Roger Waters. Sherry Darnell wants a Warrant. Those aren't stickered, but they're $44.99. And at the end of every crate, I'm going to show these three big, very popular restocks. This is a waiting list. This is a waiting list. If you want on the waiting list, Gin Blossoms, New Miserable Experience. That was a surprise restock. We got 20 of those in. They're all gone. Collector's Soul. These will be in tomorrow. These will be in tomorrow. Hence, Allegations and Things Left Unsaid. $34.99. Those will be in tomorrow, unless we sell more than 25 of them tonight. And then Rush, one of the few Rush albums pre-Hold Your Fire that we have not had yet, Grace Under Pressure, and that is $36.99. That's a waiting list. That's a waiting list. Let's see here. Do you still have a copy of Bush Live in Tampa we sold yesterday? I've got it right here. I'm assuming, Darren, you want that. It's $31.99 on red vinyl. Did you take off Warren Zevon waiting list? Josh Ragland, no, I didn't, because you're still on here, so I guess we need to do that. I believe Sherry wanted Warren Zevon. Oh, she wanted Warren Zevon. Okay, well, just change that to Sherry Darnell then, and we can put the Warrant back in here. Maybe Sherry wants a Warrant too. She's probably already bought one. Turns out I have minutes for Twitch. You had it back in January. Okay. So I think Joe needs to put that one back, the ministry Twitch that we pulled for him. All right, let's go through this crate right here. Did you get more wallflowers? I did, but I hadn't tagged them yet. I got a couple more copies in. Bob McKinney on Cinderella. Bob McKinney wants a copy of Cinderella, Night Songs. I also have Long Cold Winter, if anybody wants a copy of Long Cold Winter. Gary Samuels, put him down for Samantha Fish, Kill or Be Kind. I don't know if I can get that or not, but we will check on it for you. Gary Samuels. All right. New vintage arrivals. If you like reggae, this may be your crate. Before we get started on this, let me go grab a crate of new Japanese arrivals. Right, Seth? Seth's very peculiar about these Japanese pressings. I think one night I'm just going to go raid his crate and bring some stuff out. He won't never know. What do you got, like 5 and 7 copies of some of the same albums, Seth? More. When I'm telling you Seth is hoarding these Japanese pressings, I keep a close watch on what he takes home with him. He's got 7, 8, 9 copies of the same albums. 7, 8, 9 copies of the same Japanese pressings. The exact same. I'm like, what are you doing with all these Billy Joels? So, I'm going to go raid your house one night. You won't know what hit you. Okay. Bob McKinney, Cinderella. Wallflowers, Bring Down the Horse. We're waiting for more of those to come in. The title of the Gin Blossoms is called New Miserable Experience. All right. Competition. Seth is no competition. Okay, Todd Rundgren is Faithful. Todd Rundgren, Japanese pressing of Faithful. $35 start. Todd Rundgren, Faithful. Todd Rundgren, Faithful. $35 start. There's the single LP. There's the Japanese insert. There's the cover of Obi. That is a $35 start. And Michael Jackson Thriller. This is complete with the insert and the poster. Unfortunately, it has some spots here on the cover. His white jacket has some spots on it. This is a $45 start. $45 start, Michael Jackson Thriller. This is near mint and pristine. It has the Japanese insert and it has the mint condition poster with it. Poster and lyric insert, Michael Jackson Thriller. That's a $45 start. Nice gatefold with Obi. Just one little flaw, these little spots here, which I don't think will come off. They're on there for good. $45 start. We usually start those at $55 or $65. That's why we're starting those at $45. Let's see. He's got a side business. If he opens a side business, he's truly fired. I'll be at the store tomorrow. If I buy anything, would I be able to pick it up then? No, you can't. If you buy anything tonight, it won't be available for pickup until Monday. Anything you buy tonight won't be available for pickup until Monday. Sorry, but just the logistics of having to get stuff ready, it's very difficult. So, Jeff Malwitz takes a Warren Zevon. That's sold to Jeff Malwitz. Jerry Stone wants on the Jim Blossoms waiting list. Seth's records and more. Not happening, right, Seth? Okay. That's automatic termination. Start side hustling records. Jimmy Cliff in concert, the best of Jimmy Cliff, $24.99. The best of Jimmy Cliff in concert. That is $24.99. Bob Marley and the Wailers, Catch a Fire. This is a 2009 180 gram. Bob Marley is a 2009 180 gram, $29.99. Catch a Fire. Bob Marley and the Wailers, The Birth of a Legend, featuring Peter Tosh. Very nice copy, $29.99, Bob Marley, Bob Marley. We have Greatest Hits of Bob Marley. This is a VG copy for $14.99. A VG copy for $14.99, Greatest Hits of Bob Marley. And Burnin', this is a 1973 Jacksonville press. Let's put that one up for auction. That's a very nice looking copy. So, make sure there's a lot more Bob Marley. Wow, look at all these. Let me pull some of these out so we don't have so many back to back. All right, so let's get this first one figured out. The first records I showed was Jimmy Cliff, Bob Marley, Catch a Fire, Bob Marley, Birth of a Legend, and Greatest Hits. The first one was Jeff McMaster, then Susie Breedlove, then Robin Pruitt, and then Gary Samuels, then Sherry Darnell, then Robin Pruitt. And, yeah, I didn't know all those was in a row, or I would have figured that one out. So, Jeff McMaster, you're first. You can have Catch a Fire. You can have, which is a 2009, you can have The Birth of a Legend, or you can have Greatest Hits. And then we'll figure out which ones are after that. Jimmy Cliff, Love Me, Love Me. This is $9.99. That's a 12-inch single, gold stamp promo, $9.99. Exploitation, Bim Sherman. Bim Sherman, 1989 UK pressing, $29.99. Bim Sherman, Exploitation, $29.99. Jimmy Cliff is Love Me, Love Me. That's sold to Doc Smith. That's sold to Doc Smith. Rita Marley. Harambe, maybe? Yeah, Working Together for Freedom. Rita Marley is $24.99. Nice looking copy. Gatefold. Ziggy Marley, The Melody Makers. $24.99. Ziggy Marley, The Melody Makers, $24.99. So we're just waiting for Jeff McMaster right now to let me know which of these three Bob Marleys he wants. If no one bids on the Japanese auctions in a moment, I'm going to end those and put up the Bob Marley for auction. First to Ziggy Marley was Colin Butler. Doc Smith was second. Brian C. was first to Rita Marley. Arm Lozelle was next on Ziggy Marley. And Rodell is next. Yeah, so Carlin Butler got Ziggy Marley. Doc Smith second. Arm Lozelle third. Rodell fourth. Brian C. was first to Rita Marley. And Jeff McMaster wants the first one, which is Catch a Fire. That is sold to Jeff McMaster. So back up to the top on those. The next was Susie Breedlove, and she said the last one, and then she said pass. Okay, so no Bob Marley for Susie. Robin was first, and she wants the Greatest Hits. All right, so Greatest Hits, that's sold to Robin Pruitt. That means this one, because no one else commented Bob Marley, except Gary Samuels and Sherry Darnell, and they also wanted this one. That means this one is still available. Bob Marley and the Wailers, The Birth of a Legend, featuring Peter Tosh, 1979. Really nice copy. That is $29.99. Okay, the Todd Rundgren is called, Todd Rundgren is Faithful. Todd Rundgren Faithful, that is a near mint Japanese press, $35 start. And the Michael Jackson Thriller, which is normally a $55, $65 start, $45 start on this one because it has some of the aging spots on the cover and the OB. Other than that, it's complete. It's near mint. Beautiful gatefold. Has the poster with it. All of that. Bob and Peter sold to Debbie Whited. Craig, you were second. So the only two left in here before I can continue is Jimmy Cliff, In Concert, The Best Of, and Bim Sherman, Exploitation. Jimmy Cliff, The Power and the Glory, $39.99. $39.99. Jimmy Cliff, The Power and the Glory. That's on Columbia, $39.99. Third World, The Story's Been Told. VG Plus on the vinyl, $14.99. Third World. Struggling Man, Jimmy Cliff. Struggling Man is in shrink wrap, $24.99. Tammy, we're looking for a $45 start on Michael Jackson. $45 start on Michael Jackson. Struggling Man, Jimmy Cliff. Max Romeo and the Upsetters, War in Babylon. That is VG Plus, $49.99. 1976 Santa Maria Press. VG Plus, $49.99. 1976 Santa Maria Press. VG Plus. Max Romeo and the Upsetters, War in Babylon. Okay, Tammy, let's go ahead and sell Michael Jackson to Tammy for $45. Doc Smith is first to Third World. And if anybody wants the Todd Rundgren Japanese pressing, this is a buy it now for $35. If anybody wants Todd Rundgren, that is a buy it now for $35. If anybody wants that. Now, let's do this sweet Bob Marley we got over here. We got a copy of Burnin'. This is EX Plus, the Near Mint Minus, 1973 Jacksonville press. Gatefold. John has no condition notes on the vinyl because it is very clean. It's at least EX Plus. Has the original inner sleeve. That's Burnin', Bob Marley and the Wailers. That is a $45 start. $45 start on that one. Ken Frazier gets the Todd Rundgren Japanese press for $35. That's sold to Ken Frazier. Peter Tosh. This is called Mama Africa. Peter Tosh, Mama Africa. This is a VG 1999. What year is Cliff Struggling Man? We don't have any pressing details on it. 1974 Island Records. It looks like a 74 based on the Island Records label and the markings, and it's in shrink wrap. That is $24.99. Next comment was Debbie, 50 on Bob. Craig Thomas first to Peter Tosh. Craig Thomas first to this Peter Tosh. That was a VG copy. Colin was second, and Colin is sold on Jimmy Cliff. So that's sold to Craig. This one sold to Colin Butler. VG, is it bad? No, anything VG is just going to have, see these see these scuffs here, they're non-feelers. So it has a mark here, has a mark here, here, has a couple stray scuffs here, here. Nothing you can feel. It's going to have some just like light, what I call light noise to it when you listen to it. High bid on Bob Marley, the one for auctions, $50. That's going twice, going three times. Cindy Carroll is VG Plus, $49.99. So here's what we do with check condition. We never put out anything that will not play. Jeremiah just took the words out of my, I think most customers have learned this with us now. We don't put out anything that won't play all the way through. A VG record is still going to be fine, but we don't put anything out with feelers. If we do, we notate it. You know, it's like, because that's going to cause an issue when your stylus or needle hits it. So that's what we use. And then we kind of have a hybrid grading system where we put EX, because we sell so many records so fast, I can't explain every one of them to you. So we kind of group them together where you can get an idea of what we're selling very quickly. So let me see what I got in this Japanese bin. Let's see here. Todd Rundgren was $35 to Ken Frazier. Okay, Eric Clapton, Money and Cigarettes. This is a near mint and pristine Japanese pressing. This is a $25 start. Eric Clapton, Money and Cigarettes. It is near mint. It is pristine. It has these Japanese inserts with it, which makes it complete. And we have a very nice cover of Obi. That's a $25 start. Okay, we have a couple new bidders and questions on Bob Marley. This is Bob Marley, Burnin', Bob Marley and the Wailers, EX Plus to Near Mint Minus on the vinyl, original 73 Jacksonville press. The high bid on this is with somebody already bid 50. Debbie Whited. Debbie Whited has the high bid on that at $50. Now Debbie's at 60. EX is above VG Plus. Yes, EX is above VG Plus. You got VG Minus, VG, VG Plus, EX, Near Mint Minus, and then Near Mint. That's kind of what I consider a lot of these Japanese pressings. They're truly near mint. They're just like unplayed almost. Sealed stuff is technically sealed, presumed mint. But sometimes you can open up a sealed record and it be something wrong with it. So it's not mint. Okay, we have Legend, the Best of Bob Marley, 1984 specialty press, VG Plus, $49.99. Legend, the Best of Bob Marley, VG Plus, $49.99. Ziggy Marley and the Melody Makers, Look Who's Dancing, $14.99. That's a 12-inch single, $14.99. Steel Pulse, True Democracy, $39.99. Gold stamp promo, $39.99. Jeff McMaster first on Ziggy Marley. Allen's at $25 on Eric Clapton, going once, going twice. Bob Marley's now at $70 with Debbie. Jeff was first to Ziggy Marley. Jimmy Cliff, Follow My Mind, $24.99. That's in shrink wrap, Jimmy Cliff. This is Reggae Music Volume 4. Looks like a really cool compilation. $19.99 from 1989. This is Reggae Music Volume 4. Gregory Isaacs, Night Nurse. Gregory Isaacs, 1982. This is Near Mint Minus, EX Plus, $49.99. EX Plus is obviously better than EX, and that's when I flip over a record and I don't say a grade, that's a nice, very clean, non-check condition record. EX Plus, Near Mint Minus. That's kind of something we've developed here to be able to sell records so fast where you can kind of get an idea. Sense of Purpose, Third World. Sense of Purpose, Third World. That is a full album in shrink wrap with hype sticker, $19.99. Doc, you were second to Ziggy Marley. Brent's at $75 on Bob Marley. And Jeff McMaster was first to Gregory Isaacs. Doc Smith was second. Final call on Eric Clapton for $25. Alan has that for $25. Japanese pressing of Money and Cigarettes. Jeff McMaster first to Third World. Rastaman Vibration. This is $29.99. It has a barcode on the back, so this is probably a later pressing. It's still a vintage press. This is not new. $29.99. Rastaman Vibration, $29.99. Jedit wants This Is Reggae compilation. That's sold to Jedit. Debbie's out on Bob Marley. That means Brent Rabley has that for $75. That's going twice, going 3 times. Debbie gets the Rastaman Vibration. Should have put that one up for auction. That was a near mint copy, even though it was an OG. That is sold to Debbie. Final call on this Bob Marley. Brent was second on the one I just showed. Let me make sure there's not 20,000 consecutive Bob Marley albums. There are probably. Let me pull some of these out here. We have the original soundtrack to Rockers. I think I've had this before. Rockers, which is a reggae soundtrack, $34.99. Inner Circle, Burning Spear, Bunny Wailer, Third World, Gregory Isaacs, Heptones, Peter Tosh, Justin Hines, Jacob Miller. That's $34.99. Let's go ahead and sell Eric Clapton to Alan Totten for $25, and we can go ahead and sell Brent Rabley the Bob Marley for $75. Those are both sold. Let me see what else I got pulled out over here. Here's a Bob Marley I've never seen before. Bob Marley and the Wailers, Rebel Music. And this one, I've never had this one. And it looks extremely nice. $40 start on this one is what we've got it tagged. It's got the original inner sleeve. Bob Marley and the Wailers, Rebel Music. This is Near Mint Minus, $40 start on that. I don't think I've ever had that one. I've also got more Bob Marley over here. Let me see. I'll make some of these a buy it now right quick. We got Bob Marley Live. This is a VG Plus, $29.99. Bob Marley Live, VG Plus, $29.99. Colin Butler, first to Rockers. Rocker Soundtrack, that's sold to Colin Butler. Fred was second. And Debbie's at 45 on Bob Marley. Let me see what else. Let me move the camera right quick. I don't want to get anybody a sneak peek, but I think there's 1, 2, 3, 4, several Bob Marleys in a row here just to cut down on confusion. Let me pull a couple of these out. And let me figure out here. Let's see. I'll go ahead and show that one, or we may auction that one. No, it's VG Plus. And what is this here? Okay, that's nice. I'll pull that out. Okay. Now, we're ready. Not many left, and the rest I'll auction for the rest of the night. Debbie's at 45 on Bob Marley. 45 on Bob Marley. Yeah, for those the other night, I said we found some reggae. He also said he found some metal and some punk back there as well. So tomorrow he's going to work on those. So that will be for tomorrow night's show. I don't know how much we'll have ready. Probably at least an entire crate like this. But I know for sure we got some really cool stuff like some Danzig autographs. Final call on Bob Marley, $45. The Untouchables, Live and Let Dance, or Live and Let Dance. That's $19.99, The Untouchables. Peter Tosh, Bush Doctor. That's a VG copy, $14.99. Craig Thomas first on The Untouchables. Peter Tosh was VG, $14.99. That's sold to Jeff McMaster. These are selling very quickly. Hope you're paying very close attention. Steel Pulse, Babylon the Bandit. Steel Pulse, that's a promo copy. $29.99, 1985 white label promo. Steel Pulse, Babylon the Bandit. So Jeff McMaster got Peter Tosh. Craig was second. Craig was first, though, to the Untouchables. Doc third on Peter Tosh. Colin next on Untouchables. Steel Pulse sold to Dylan Weishaupt. SP, Steel Pulse, that's sold to Dylan Weishaupt. Craig Thomas was third. Let's go ahead and sell this Bob Marley. Only one bidder, Debbie Whited, $45. That's sold to Debbie Whited. And Jason F. wants Bob Marley and the Wailers Live. That's sold to Jason Fornerat. Here's another really nice copy of Burnin'. This is a later press, I believe. Yeah, 1983 US. So it has a barcode. It's in shrink wrap, though. Near mint minus. And it has the hype sticker. Includes the original version of I Shot the Sheriff. That's a $30 start. It's an 83 press, which is not OG, but it's a very nice copy. And shrink wrap, I Shot the Sheriff sticker on there. $30 start on that one. This is Madness, The Last Poets. Very cool. $39.99. The Last Poets. This is Madness. Looks like the same artwork as Miles Davis Bitches Brew. That is on Douglas 7. That is $39.99. $39.99. Desmond Decker. Decker's Sweet 16 Hits. Desmond Decker on Trojan. $19.99. The Melodians. The Melodians. One of the two. The original reggae sound. That is $29.99. How would you say that, Tanner? The Melodians or the Melodians?
Like melody.
Melodians?
Melodians,
maybe. Okay. Let's see here. So we sold Jason F. Bob Marley Live. Jeff McMaster first to Madness. That was The Last Poets. That sold to Jeff McMaster. Doc, you were second. Colin Butler, you were third. Jeff McMaster first to Desmond Decker. Craig Thomas was second. Colin Butler was third. Jeff McMaster first to the Melodians. The Melodians. So, let me tell everybody that thinks that they're lagging, or there's about 4 or 5 people that are claiming every record that I show right now. And when that happens, the best internet connection wins. That's just what's going on right now. So there's pretty much every record I'm showing is selling immediately, and there's 4 or 5 people that's like, boom, all at the same time. And that's what's going on. So it's just like the best internet connection. I'm seeing everybody's comments. Some of y'all probably, it's so fast that it looks like it's selling before you even get to it. Okay. This is, what is this? $9.99. $9.99. Rudy Grant, Mosh in Guyana. Rudy Grant. I've only got 2 more left in here, so they're all going to be gone. $9.99. And Legend, the best of Bob Marley. This is a 1986 Allied pressings, $34.99. And plus, if you're delayed, you might want to reset your feed because things are moving very quickly. Bob Marley is $34.99, and this is the 1986. This is the 1986, so this is another vintage copy, $34.99. Gary Samuels on RG, and that was the Rudy Grant. That's sold to Gary Samuels, and Tom Sullivan wants the Legend, the best of Bob Marley. I've also got Peter Tosh. This is VG Plus $24.99. Legalize it. Peter Tosh, Legalize it. VG Plus $24.99. That is sold to Craig Thomas. Peter Tosh. That is sold to Craig Thomas. Jeremiah Lewis. Craig first. Jeff McMaster. Dylan Weishaupt. Debbie Whited. Craig again with the auto Craig. Joey Garland. And let's go ahead and make this a buy now. Who wants the copy of Burning for $29.99? It was the 83 press, but it was near mint minus and shrink wrap with the I Shot the Sheriff sticker. $29.99. That's a buy now. I've also got, let's just make this a buy now. Natty Dread, $39.99. Natty Dread, Bob Marley and the Wailers. Natty Dread, $39.99. Debbie says she does on this one right here. Sell that to Debbie for $29.99 or $30. That's sold to Debbie. And Natty Dread is sold to Jeff McMaster. Can't get enough reggae. Absolutely. Reggae and metal. It's like, wow. That's also 2 things that people never have for sale. I go buy a lot of collections. There's never anybody that has reggae, and there's not a lot of people who have a lot of metal they want to turn loose of. As you can tell by as fast as these sell. Jeff McMaster was first on Natty Dread. Of course, Debbie got the Burning. Jeff got that one. Let's go back through what's left. Monica was second on the Bob Marley I just showed, then Craig, then Debbie, then Brandon, and then Brent. Here's what's left. Jimmy Cliff in concert, the best of Jimmy Cliff, $24.99. Bim Sherman, Exploitation, $29.99. This is a 1989 UK. Jimmy Cliff, The Power and the Glory, that was $39.99. Max Romeo and the Upsetters, War in a Babylon. That's a 1976 Santa Maria Press, VG Plus, $49.99. Legend, The Best of Bob Marley, 1984 Specialty Press, VG Plus, $49.99. Steel Pulse, True Democracy, $39.99. And Jimmy Cliff, Follow My Mind, $24.99. Got a couple more buy it nows right quick. $24.99 for 20 greatest hits of Bob Marley. $24.99. That's on the Lotus record label, made in Italy. Bob Marley, $24.99. Best of Bob Marley and the Wailers. I've got a couple more. But I don't have their Bob Marley, so I'll slip those in just a second. Okay. Jeff McMaster on Bim. Bim Sherman, sell that to Jeff McMaster. 45 on Max Romeo. 45 on Max Romeo. It's at 49. Sell that to Colin Butler for $45. Jeff got the other one. That Bob Marley 20 greatest hits is $24.99. Okay, before I change crates, I'll slip in the other 2 Bob Marleys in just a second. We got Bob Marley, Jimmy Cliff, Steel Pulse, Legend, Jimmy Cliff, and Jimmy Cliff. That's what's left. All right. That was fast pace. I like crates like that. Let's see what else I got down here. I've got more new vinyl that I have not shown yet. Let's do those right now. And I'll put up some new Japanese stuff. Here's another Bob Marley, Confrontation. Very nice copy. Gatefold, $29.99. Bob Marley, Confrontation, $29.99. $29.99. Confrontation. Bob Marley, $29.99. Josh, if you want the Bob Marley, it's yours for $24.99. If not, Susie said she would take it. Just let me know, Josh Ragland. That is completely up to you. I say we offer 20, but it looks like Susie wants it as well. So, Josh, let me know if you still want that for sticker. So that's Josh's if he wants it for sticker. If not, Susie. Dylan Weishaupt wants Jimmy Cliff Live. That's sold to Dylan Weishaupt. Jeff McMaster got this Bob Marley Confrontation. That's sold to Jeff McMaster. Debbie was second. Craig was third. And the last one. Legend, another copy of Legend, 1984 UK press. 1984 press is $34.99. $24.99. 20 greatest hits. Oh, you were offering, I thought you was offering 20 for the greatest hits. My bad. So Josh does want that at sticker. My bad. Sorry, Josh. Legend, that's a near mint minus UK press. That's the last Bob Marley we have, $34.99. All right, some new vinyl, and there's some waiting list and pre-orders in here. So first we have Jason F. on this one right here. Jason F., Jason Fornrat. So on the reggae, that leaves, oh, I got this one too that I put up for auction and no one bought. Steel Pulse Earth Crisis, $74.99. It's a 1984 white label promo. 1984 white label promo. It's also got a gold stamp. That's $74.99. Steel Pulse Earth Crisis. So I've got that. I've got Jimmy Cliff Follow My Mind, Steel Pulse True Democracy, one other copy of Legend, Bob Marley, and then Jimmy Cliff The Power and Glory. That's all we have left. The Miseducation of Lauryn Hill. Lauryn Hill is $36.99. The Miseducation of Lauryn Hill, $36.99. 2 LP. The Best of Bon Jovi, Crossroads, $44.99. That is a greatest hits of Bon Jovi. I have a waiting list for that. Bon Jovi's greatest hits is Kevin Black Fox. Just one person, Kevin Black Fox. Bon Jovi Crossroads. That is still available. Tim Tolbert, I have sold the Legend UK. I have already sold that, but I do have one other one. It's, Tim, this is a VG Plus 1984 specialty press, which I think is the original year this came out. It is. It's $49.99. Tim, I sold that one, but this is a VG Plus, and that's the only Bob I have left. Doc Smith, first on Lauryn Hill. That's sold to Doc Smith. I got 2 copies of Skid Row. This should be on purple or gray silver. This is silver vinyl. Skid Row is on silver vinyl. Skid Row self-titled, $39.99. There was a waiting list for that. $39.99 for Skid Row, and Susie Breedlove, you was on a waiting list. You was on a waiting list for Skid Row. So I've got 2 of those left. Bob Marley is available if anybody wants it. Jared Benoit wants a Skid Row, and so does Marty Ellis. That's on silver grayish vinyl. If anybody else wants one, let me know. That's so to Jared and Marty. 3 copies of Rush, Spirit of the Airwaves. This is a live Rush on colored vinyl. It is an unofficial. It's from 1980. The Missouri radio broadcast. $39.99. The Missouri radio broadcast. Rush, Spirit of the Airwaves. Live 1980. And this is $39.99. My bad. Marty wanted a Bon Jovi. Marty wanted a Bon Jovi, and so does Greg Stone. So we need to start a waiting list for that. So I'll take back that copy of Skid Row. Jared Benoit wants a Skid Row, but not Marty. She was on the, we've already got one pulled for her on a waiting list. She was already on a waiting list. The Rush, let me figure out who was waiting on that one. Somebody was waiting on that one. James Bragg. James Bragg, I've already got one of those pulled for you. Okay, so let me actually say that one more time, please, because somebody asked the track. The Bon Jovi's it's got everything you would want on it. Living on a Prayer, Wanted Dead or Alive, Blaze of Glory, Bad Medicine, Runaway. It's Bon Jovi's greatest hits. That is $44.99. So this one goes to Marty. Sean, if he wants one, we'll do that a waiting list, and then Greg Stone. I only got 1 copy of that, so we'll have to see if those people want a waiting list. And then Rush, I think this is on blue vinyl as well. That's sold to Darren Wortman. That's sold to Darren Wortman. 2 copies of George Strait, Pure Country, 25th Anniversary, Limited Edition Vinyl, best-selling country soundtrack of all time. George Strait, Pure Country. There was a few people waiting on this. George Strait, Pure Country. Christy Moss, Heather Perry, and Jeff Johnson. Christy Moss, Heather Perry, and Jeff Johnson. I've already got you down for one. I've got 2 more available. George Strait, Pure Country, $33.99. System of a Down, Toxicity. System of a Down, $28.99 for Toxicity. Those are $28.99. I feel like we have a waiting list for that. We did. Brandon Lack. Brandon Lack is $28.99. Sean is going to pass on Bon Jovi, so that means we just got Greg Stone on that waiting list. System of a Down is $28.99. Janet Jackson, Janet, features the worldwide hits That's the Way Love Goes, If Again, Anytime, Any Place, and for the first time on LP, hidden bonus track, Whoops Now. Janet Jackson, Janet is $44.99. We had a waiting list for that. Paul Brothers, I've already got you one pulled. I've got 3 more available because they were not many left. Janet Jackson, That's the Way Love Goes, $44.99. Greg Stone does want a Pure Country. Sell that to Greg Stone. Janet Jackson's available. I would say that's something to grab while you can. ZZ Top Eliminator. This is a 40th anniversary edition on gold vinyl. Legs, Give Me All Your Lovin', Sharp Dress Man. That is $31.99. That's on gold vinyl. ZZ Top Eliminator. Primus, Selling the Seas of Cheese. Primus is $36.99. $36.99, featuring the hit song John the Fisherman, or whatever is on here. What's it called? Some interesting stuff here. Primus, $36.99. We've got 2 of those available. ZZ Top. Taylor Swift, Evermore. Taylor Swift is $31.99. $31.99 for Taylor Swift, Evermore. Nathan Myers wants a Promise. I think he meant Promise. Sell that to Nathan Myers. Stacey Metternich on the Bon Jovi waiting list, and that's only her on there, and everyone else passed. 2 copies of Chris Stapleton, Traveler. This is a 2 LP Chris Stapleton, Traveler. $36.99. Oasis, What's the Story? Morning Glory. Oasis, $38.99. We have 2 of those available. Dr. Dre, The Chronic is $36.99. Cranberries, Dreams, the collection. This is the Cranberries' greatest hits, such as Linger and Dreams and Zombie and Promises, and this is $39.99. Dreams, Cranberries. Brandon Lack wants a Chris Stapleton, and Philip Regaldo wants a Dr. Dre. Those are both sold. Let me see if I got any new Japanese pressings. I do have a lot more new vinyl to go through, and I've got 2 more entire crates of new vintage arrivals. So this is why we started early tonight. We got a lot more to go through. Let's see, Japanese presses. The very popular Cyndi Lauper. And we've got Eagles Hotel California. I'll get those started in just a second. Gary Samuel says he was on the wait list for Oasis. Well, I will check my laptop on my spreadsheet, but I didn't pull one for you, and I know I searched Oasis, so I don't think you was on a waiting list, so that means I need to pull one for you. So give Gary Samuels an Oasis. Edward Star Wars wants one of the George Strait soundtracks. And we have how much is a lot more new vinyl? I think 2 more crates. Have I gone through this one? I've gone through, yeah, 2 more crates. 2 more crates of stuff that's never been shown before. Then I'm going to try to do some recaps, especially this bin back here. I saw this last night. I was like, we hadn't been through this one in a long time. Has Chris Cornell and Ella Fitzgerald and Jimi Hendrix. The Best of Big Star. This is 2 LPs. It plays at a 45 RPM. One of the most rock's influential bands. Big Star, $44.99. I've got one of those available. Billy Idol, self-titled, $34.99. That's new and sealed. And Foo Fighters' Greatest Hits, $44.99. Boy, this sounds amazing. I have a couple of these. I got one opened, and I got one sealed. I think, yeah, it's this side right here. My Hero, Learning to Fly, and Times Like These, all on one side. Really good stuff here. $44.99, Foo Fighters' Greatest Hits. Colin Butler on Big Star. Susie Breelove on Billy Idol. And Philip Regaldo on Foo Fighters. Those are all sold. Let me see. There was a waiting list for Billy Idol. And Colin Butler, I've already got a Big Star pulled for him. That's what I thought. We've already got him pulled a Big Star. So let's bring that one back. Just scratch that sticky note. Colin, you were on a waiting list. I already had one pulled for you. So that's still available if anybody wants it. And who was on the waiting list for Billy Idol? Let me make sure it was Joe Valente. Joe Valente. I've got a Billy Idol self-titled pull for you. Okay, Cyndi Lauper is up for bid. This is EX on the vinyl. I can't say this one's near mint and pristine, but it's not bad whatsoever. EX on the vinyl. This is going to be a $35 start. It has the original lyric insert with it. As you can see, it has a couple stains. Cover, very nice cover with Obi. That's a $35 start. And then the Eagles is a very nice Japanese pressing. One thing wrong with it. No Obi. Other than that, it is near mint minus and complete. Near mint minus and complete, Hotel California. There's the LP. There's the poster. There's the original insert. And here's the gatefold cover. Hotel California is going to be $35. Wallflowers. Yes, we had that the other night. We got a couple more in. We should have more we should have more on the way. So Foo Fighters will be on the following Monday's invoice. Yes, if you want on the waiting list, that will be on the following Monday's invoice. Somebody asked about Sturgill Simpson. Let me see what we have in stock. I have Sturgill Simpson Sound and Fury, Sturgill Simpson A Sailor's Guide to Earth, Sturgill Simpson High Top Mountain, Whiskey Myers, Coulter Wall, Brooks and Dunn, Johnny Cash, Hank III, Eric Church, Alan Jackson, Leslie Jordan, Whiskey Myers, Chris Christopherson, Waylon Jennings, Joe D. Messina, L. King, Shania Twain, Chris Stapleton, Charlie Crockett. That's some of the new country LPs that we have in stock. Okay. Pamela Yeager's at $35 on Cyndi Lauper, going once, going twice. Oasis is $38.99. Hotel California is missing the Obi. It's only missing the Obi. That's the only thing missing on that. Also a $35 start. Which Shania? It was... Give me 1 second. I'll show it to you. System of a Down, self-titled, is $28.99. Janis Joplin's Greatest Hits is $28.99. And Nirvana, Nevermind. Nirvana, Nevermind is $36.99. What is the Big Star? I'm at a bowling alley with the sound off. Maybe somebody can reply to David and let him know it's Big Star, the best of Big Star, and it's $44.99. The Shania Twain we have is called, what is this one called? The Woman in Me, $36.99. The Woman in Me, $36.99. We got bids on both of these auctions now, 35 and 35. Those are going twice, going 3 times. One more run through on these. Skid Row is on silver vinyl. Skid Row is $39.99. Rush, Live Rush, has 2012. The entire 2012. Let all these sirens go through first. 2112, the complete 2112. By Tour and the Snow Dogs, Xanadu, Spirit of the Radio, Natural Science, Working Man, Finding My Way. Yeah, great stuff. That is $39.99. That's on blue vinyl. Boy, there's a lot of sirens going by. I hear more. Let me just let them pass first. I'll take a drink of Sprite. Wow. Anybody know what's going on in Lebanon? That looked almost like a pursuit. Okay. Hotel California, 35. We got a new bid on Cyndi Lauper for 36. I've only got 2 Rush and I need 3. Stacy Metternich wants 1. Chris Crowley wants 1. Darren Meyer, if it's okay, I will put you on a waiting list. John Young said the cops are coming for Seth. It wouldn't surprise me. Skid Row, $39.99. Only thing left in here so far. System of a Down, Toxicity, $28.99. Janet Jackson, Janet, $44.99. ZZ Top, Eliminator, Gold Vinyl, $31.99. Primus, Sailing the Seas of Cheese, $36.99. Taylor Swift, Evermore, that's on green vinyl, $31.99. Jeremiah Lewis wants one of the Janet Jacksons. That's sold to Jeremiah Lewis. Chris Stapleton, The Traveler. This one has Tennessee Whiskey on it and Parachute. That's a good one. That is $36.99. Vic Natecki on Primus, Sailing the Seas of Cheese. Jerry was a race car driver. Where is the... Let's see here. It's in cursive. It's kind of hard for me to read. One of these is one of their top streaming songs. I can't remember, though. Vic Natecki. The George Strait soundtrack was Pure Country. Pure Country. All right, so Jeremiah got Janet Jackson. Vic Natecki got Promise. Let's update our auctions. Final call on Hotel California. Ken Frazier has that for $35. And Cyndi Lauper is with Pamela Yeager for $40. $40. Jeremiah Lewis wants Dr. Dre. That's sold to Jeremiah Lewis. Tommy the Cat. Jerry was a race car driver. That's probably it. Oasis, What's the Story? Morning Glory, $38.99. Dreams, the collection, that's by the Cranberries, $39.99. The Best of Big Star, $44.99. System of a Down, self-titled, $28.99. Janis Joplin's Greatest Hits, Me and Bobby McGee, Down on Me, Piece of My Heart, Bye Baby Bye, Try Just a Little Bit Harder, Summertime, Ball and Chain, Moon Over, Cry Baby. That is $28.99. And then the classic Nirvana album, Smells Like Teen Spirit in Bloom, Come As You Are, Breed, Lithium, Polly. Great stuff, $36.99. Walt Cruz wants The Best of Big Star. That's sold to Walt Cruz. Roy Edmonds wants the Janis Joplin. And I'm about to end both of these auctions because Kirk says he's out. Let's go ahead and do that right now. Cyndi Lauper is sold to Pamela Yeager for $40. And Ken Frazier, you get the Hotel California. Ivan Villavenicio wants a Janis Joplin. Let's put him on a waiting list because I only had one. And here was the 3 big restocks for tonight. If you're just hopping on, one of these we'll have, let me do this one first. We'll have the rest of these in tomorrow. Surprise restock, Collective Soul, Hence Allegations and Things Left Unsaid, Craft Recording, Great Sounding, featuring Shine and Breathe. You can go ahead and claim one right now. It will be on this week's invoice. These are waiting lists. We don't know when we're going to get more, but it will probably be next week, very soon. Rush, Grace Under Pressure. We have not had this one yet. Rush, Grace Under Pressure, $36.99. My favorite song on this one is called The Body Electric. 100, he's speaking in binary code or whatever. And Gin Blossom's New Miserable Experience. Gin Blossoms is $33.99. So, these, go ahead and comment if you want one. It'll be a waiting list whenever they come in. And Collective Soul will be here tomorrow. That's the story on those. Ivan on the Janis Joplin, not Janet Jackson. And Smashing Pumpkins. I have Pisces, Adore, Melancholy, Siamese Dream, and Gish. I have 5 Smashing Pumpkins albums in stock, and I also have a couple unofficials. Red Sector A, that's another good one. Put James Jackson down on the Gin Blossoms waiting list and Jody Ruffner down on Grace Under Pressure. Here's what's left in this bin. Nirvana, System of a Down, The Cranberries, Oasis, Chris Stapleton, Taylor Swift, ZZ Top, Janet Jackson, System of a Down, and Skid Row. Siamese Dream is $99.99. I've just got a handful left. Let me show them to you. I've just got a handful left. Let me show them to you. And then I'm going to go grab a new bin of never shown, new vintage arrivals. Something just popped up over here that hold on a second. And Melancholy is $199.99. The George Strait soundtrack is $33.99, David Cordell, and we're sold out. Right, Tanner? We're sold out. Okay, let me grab this next crate of vintage. You doing okay over here, Seth? He said, yeah, unenthusiastically. Let me see what we've got in here. Boy, this is a great crate of new vintage arrivals. There's 3 First State Beatles Butcher covers. 3 First State Beatles Butchers covers in this crate. There goes more sirens. Must have been a bank robbery. Bank heist. Okay, we have a lot of questions. Let me go ahead and show Smashing Pumpkins. We love questions. Sometimes I acknowledge them. Sometimes I accidentally skip over them. This is Siamese Dream. They're $99.99. Beautiful packaging, gatefold, 2 LP. Amazing. $99.99. That's Siamese Dream. Melancholy comes as a 4 LP box set. 4 LP box set. Those are $199.99. Gish, Smashing Pumpkins Gish and Smashing Pumpkins Pisces Iscariot, $39.99. And then Adore is $49.99. Okay, Collective Soul, that was Hence Allegation, Things Left Unsaid, $34.99. George Strait was $33.99. Janet Jackson is called Janet, $44.99. I'll show that one more time. Janet Jackson, Janet is $44.99. Jimmy LaCroix. Worldwide hits, That's the Way Love Goes. If, again, anytime, any place. With a bonus track. $44.99. How much is Cranberries? $39.99. How much is Gish? $39.99. Let's see here. Did I miss anything else? All the World's a Stage. Those actually might be coming in tomorrow. All the World's a Stage. Or they're going to ship tomorrow and they're going to be here next week. Nathan Myers wants a Siamese Dream. That's sold to Nathan Myers. Edward Star Wars wants a copy of Gish. Now I've just got to find them. They're usually pretty identifiable because they're purple and shiny and bright. They're right over here. I've got 4 copies of Gish left. Need to go ahead and order some more of those. Jimmy LaCroix says, I'll take the Janet Jackson. That's sold to Jimmy LaCroix. I have one of these left on the Janet Jackson. And Patty K said sold. I'm not going to try Patty's last name right now. And Patty asked about the Cranberries Dreams collection. That is sold to Patty. Great stuff. I love those Cranberry songs. Linger. Yeah, Linger. Of course, the Zombie. They're probably their biggest hit. That's sold to Patty Karzweski. We're going to call her Patty K. Who's that on your profile picture? Is that Eddie Vedder? Looks like Eddie Vedder. It may be Eddie Vedder buying records under a fake name. That'd be pretty cool. Okay. New vintage arrivals. Let's see what we have in here. I'll put up a couple new Japanese auctions in just a second. Brinsley Schwarz. $24.99, featuring Brinsley Schwarz, Nick Lowe, Bob Andrews, and Bill Rankin. Bill Rankin, that is $24.99. Elton John, Here and There. This is a live Elton John concert, $19.99. Great stuff. Rocket Man, Beanie and the Jets, Take Me to a Friend. This is $29.99. Elton John, Black MCA label, $19.99. John Cage, Radio Music, a Faust Band of Pain production. $14.99. John Cage. Is he the guy that has the... Who did the piano song and It's Nothing But Silence? Isn't that John Cage? He just comes out there and he just sits at the piano for like 2 minutes in silence, and then that's the song. It's a real song. It's just nothing but silence. It's all the, whatever the bars are called on sheet music, that's just you quiet, right?
I could have done that.
Oh, did he want a Melancholy or a Siamese Dream? Oh, Melancholy too, yeah. Here's what Melancholy looks like. Smashing Pumpkins, Melancholy, and the Infinite Sadness. This is what those look like. $199.99. $199.99. That's a 4 LP. That's the very nice packaging with that. I have 4 of those left. I have 4 of these left. Okay, so can you call me Brent R? I can. There is not a waiting list for All the World's a Stage because I don't know when those are coming in yet, but I will write down your name. Ryan Anderson wants John Cage. Doc Smith says it's called John Cage, 4 minutes, 33 seconds. Yeah, it's 4 minutes and 33 seconds of silence, John Cage. It's pretty interesting. He does it live, too. He comes out and just sits there. Okay, Elton John, there we go. We have Tony O.K., America. Tony O.K. is $9.99. Tony O.K. Stevie Wonder fulfilling his first finale. I've never seen one with a Grammy award-winning hype sticker. $24.99 for Stevie Wonder fulfilling this first finale. $24.99. Boy, that's a nice copy. That is sold to John Young. We have Planet P Project, Pink World. $19.99 Planet P Project, Pink World. Jackie Lomax, Home is in My Head. That's a white label promo. Jackie Lomax, Home is in My Head. $19.99 white label promo. White label promo. How can you expect to be taken seriously? Pet Shop Boys. That is a 12-inch single, 3-track. $29.99 Pet Shop Boys. Queen, News of the World. Looks like a very nice USOG. Very clean copy. News of the World, $34.99. We will rock you. I Remember Tommy by Frank Sinatra. $14.99. $14.99 on that. Melinda Gernhardt, first on the Pet Shop Boys. Pamela Yeager, first on Queen. And I think this accidentally got shown, so let me go ahead and show it. Elvis Costello is $49.99. Check this out. Very cool. $49.99. This is from that Bowling Green collection. It's a 1977 Belgium press on blue vinyl. My aim is true. Belgium press, $49.99. Elvis Costello. It's Pinball Wizard on I Remember Tommy. You being serious? Pinball Wizard. Not seeing it unless it's on the label. I feel like I think John's pulling my leg. Pamela Yeager on Elvis Costello. Next is Edward Star Wars. We have The Best of Cannonball Adderley. The Best of Cannonball Adderley, $19.99. The Judds is sealed from 1984, unopened sealed copy, $29.99. Carly Simon Spy, that's a sealed copy, $19.99. Carly Simon Spy, sealed, unopened, $19.99. Carly Simon self-titled, $9.99. And Leon Russell, Willow the Wisp. Leon Russell is $19.99. Thin Lizzy, great album here. Johnny the Fox, $34.99 on Thin Lizzy. Johnny the Fox, $34.99. Diana Ross, $9.99. And Paul Simon, Graceland, $29.99. Paul Simon, Graceland. You Can Call Me Al. You Can Call Me Al. That's a great one. $29.99. Edward Star Wars, first on the sealed Judds. That's sold to Edward. Doc Smith, first to Diana. Diana Ross. Where are you, Diana? There's Diana. That's sold to Doc Smith. All right, let me see what I got in our Japanese bin, or maybe another bin over here. Sometimes I pull out random stuff and throw it up for auction. Let's see what we got over here. Here, this was shown the other night. This was T-Rex live in concert. This is a 1981 UK press T-Rex live in concert. This is T-Rex. Very nice copy, near mint minus. Mark Bolan, $25 start. $25 start. This is near mint and pristine. T-Rex in concert, $25 start on that one. Judds is Paul. Yes, Paul Simon is an OG. Yes, OG press of that. Yeah, Johnny the Fox is a great album, great concept album. Simon & Garfunkel's Greatest Hits in shrink wrap with the original price tag, $14.99. Simon & Garfunkel's Greatest Hits. Hope everybody has a copy of that by now. And Paul Simon's Greatest Hits. Paul Simon's Greatest Hits. Paul Simon as a solo artist, $19.99. Simon & Garfunkel sold to John Young. And Gilbert O'Sullivan himself has an original Woolco price tag, $9.99. Gilbert O'Sullivan himself. Ooh, Pyromania, $44.99 in shrink wrap. Very nice copy. Def Leppard, Pyromania, $44.99. American Flyer, self-titled. United Artists, $19.99. Jeff Beck, Blow by Blow. Jeff Beck is $19.99. Original Orange Epic label, $19.99. Looking for a $25 start on T-Rex. Surprised I don't have a bid yet. And let's put up a copy of... I'm flipping through some vintage bins over here we've been through before. Let's see here. How about this Deep Purple? Shades of Deep Purple. Hush is on here. Their cover of Hey Joe. This is a Canadian press. This Canadian press is technically a reissue on the tetragram, but that is a Canadian Deep Purple, and this is a $15 start. So T-Rex is a $25 start. Deep Purple is a $15 start. Ben Rouve, maybe? Ben, is that how you say your last name? You were first on the Jeff Beck. If you're a first-time buyer, thank you and welcome. You have not bought from us before, I don't think. So if you haven't, make sure you message our Facebook page with your email address and your mailing address. No, I've got a lot more Japanese stuff, but I just wanted to put up some other stuff. We got a lot of auction stuff. Okay, Nathan Myers, you were second on Jeff Beck. Mark Robinson, you were third. Born in the USA, Bruce Springsteen. Until I listened to this album the other day all the way through, I didn't realize how many hits was on here. Of course, Born in the USA, Cover Me. How many singles he had on here that was successful? Glory Days, Dancing in the Dark, My Hometown. That's why that sold so well. 1999. The Mamas and Papas. This looks like a very nice copy. It's in the original baggie. Dunhill, very nice, 1999. The Mamas and Papas self-titled. The hits on this one would be, well, I like the song Dancing Bear. That's a really interesting song. Saw Her Again, 1999. Dancing in the Street, their cover of that. 1999. I don't have any Pyromania Japanese. No, I do not. No Danzig Tonight. That will be tomorrow. Elvis Costello is still in here. Tammy Hinkle wants Bruce Springsteen. Michelle Phillips was second. Billy Joel's Greatest Hits, Volume 1 and 2. This is a U.S. press. $64.99. Billy Joel's Greatest Hits, Volume 1 and Volume 2. $64.99. Gatefold, yep, 2LP. $64.99. Rocky Mountain High, John Denver, $14.99. Rocky Mountain High, John Denver, $14.99. Tumbleweed Connection, Elton John. This is an original U.S. Unipress. Very nice copy, $34.99. To start on Deep Purple is $15 and T-Rex is $25. Yeah, Pyromania is still available. Sherry Darnell wants the Mamas and Papas. Tom Sullivan on JD, that's John Denver. Eddie Passer on Elton John. Pamela Yeager was second on John Denver. And Brent Rabley wants the Elvis Costello. That's on colored vinyl. I was waiting for somebody to grab that. Yeah, no one bought that, did they? I don't. Uh-oh. Let's see here. Billy Joel, American Flyer, Def Leppard, Gilbert Sullivan, Paul Simon, Thin Lizzy, Leon Russell, Carly Simon, Cannonball Adderley, Frank Sinatra. Did somebody buy that? I may have lied to Brent Rabley. See if we sold a Elvis Costello for $49.99. Yeah, I think, Brent, my bad. Let me see who got that. Probably the person who bought it's like, Chad, I bought that. Pamela Yeager. Yeah, 2 people wanted it. Sorry, Brent. I don't remember selling it. I guess I was going so fast. Yeah, that's already sold. Let's see here. We got a $15 bid on Deep Purple. And Edward Star Wars is first on PS. Edward, let me know if you want Paul Simon's Greatest Hits or Paul Simon Graceland. The Beach Boys, Endless Summer, 1999. Duran Duran, 7 and the Ragged Tiger, $24.99. In the Falling Dark, Bruce Coburn. Never had that one before. $9.99. Don't Mess Around with Jim. Jim Croce, $14.99. Reba McEntire, Whoever's in New England. Reba McEntire is $14.99. Steppenwolf 16 Greatest Hits. Steppenwolf 16 Greatest Hits is $19.99. Ryan Anderson first to Jim Croce, and Edward wanted the Paul Simon Graceland album. Paul Simon Graceland to Edward Star Wars. All right, Rich Group got the Deep Purple for $15. That's sold to Rich Group. If anybody wants T-Rex, this is a $25 buy it now for T-Rex in concert. $25 buy it now on that. Rydell Martin first to Reba McEntire. Tammy was second on Jim Croce and second to Reba. Walt Cruz first to T-Rex, and that was $25. $25 on T-Rex. Al Stewart, Past, Present, and Future. Al Stewart is $14.99. Great song here. Roads to Moscow. Check that out. 8-minute song there. $14.99. Condition of Bruce Coburn for George Law. Bruce Coburn is, we have no condition notes on it. Looks like a VG Plus cover. Very clean vinyl. That is near mint minus and the original inner sleeve. $9.99 on that George Delisle. 10 years after, Cricklewood Green. 10 years after is $19.99. And what do we have here? Dick Hextall Smith. Dust in the Air Suspended marks the place where a story ended. A white label promo, $29.99. That's kind of odd. Arm Lazelle first on Duran Duran. That's sold to Arm Lazelle, and George Lyle does want the Bruce Coburn. That is sold to George Lyle. Let me see what I got in our Japanese bin to run on auction, or I may pull some more new vintage U.S. stuff. Hey, a collection of Beatles oldies and a VG Plus 52nd Street. VG Plus on this one, Japanese press, so not pristine, VG Plus, Billy Joe, 52nd Street, My Life, Big Shot, Honesty, Billy Joe. That is a $25 start. There's the original inner sleeve. There is the Japanese insert. There's the cover with Obi, $25 start on Billy Joe, 52nd Street. And a collection of Beatles oldies. This is a near mint and pristine Japanese pressing for a $35 start. There is the vinyl. It is near mint and pristine. There is the lyric insert. Let me read you the track list right quick. This is a Beatles compilation. She Loves You, From Me to You, We Can Work It Out, Help, Michelle, Yesterday, I Feel Fine, Yellow Submarine, Can't Buy Me Love, Bad Boy, Day Tripper, Hard Day's Night, Ticket to Ride, Paperback Rider, Eleanor Rigby, and I Want to Hold Your Hand. That is a very nice copy with Obi, UK Flag Series number 8, $35 start. Darren Meyer wants the Steppenwolf's Greatest Hits. That's sold to Darren Meyer. We also have Creedence Clearwater Revival Pendulum, $34.99. OG Press, $34.99. Chocolate Mountain Wilson Pickett. Wow, never seen that before. Chocolate Mountain Wilson Pickett, $19.99. Chocolate Mountain Wilson Pickett. The Charlie Parker Story number 2, 1957. The cover does have some pretty heavy seam splits. It's only $24.99 though. On the Verve, the Charlie Parker Story number 2, $24.99. Rydell Martin wants the Wilson Pickett. That's sold to Rydell Martin. The Charlie Parker Story number 1. Again, a 1957. Has seam splits, a VG minus or poor cover. That is $24.99. Sunny Fortune Awakening is $9.99. Sunny Fortune Awakening, $9.99. All-time greatest hits of Roy Orbison on 2 LPs, $24.99. And Grandpa Jones Old Time Country Music Collection. That is $24.99. Grandpa Jones, $24.99. Michael Nath wants the Charlie Parker 1 and 2. Final call on these auctions. $25 on Billy Joel, $35 on the Beatles before I make it a buy it now. Jason wants the Roy Orbison. That's sold to Jason F. Brent, the Charlie Parker's already sold. And Amy, we have sold Roy Orbison. That is already sold. Red Rider, as far as Siam, this has their hit song Lunatic Fringe on it. $17.99. $17.99. And unfortunately has some sticker residue on the front where somebody put a price tag on it. $17.99. Ivan's at $36 on the Beatles. Tommy Flanders and the Moonstone. Tommy Flanders on Verve, that is $29.99. Atomic Rooster is $24.99. Atomic Rooster, $24.99. Death Walks Behind You. We got bids on both auctions, $25 and now $36. Final call on both of those. Honeymoon Suite, $24.99. Honeymoon Suite, $24.99. Jimmy Ball wants Red Rider. As far as Siam, that has Lunatic Fringe on it. Brad Moore wants Atomic Rooster. Somebody is definitely going to grab Honeymoon Suite. And Crosby, Stills, Nash & Young. This is a live 4-way street. 2 LP live CSNY, $34.99. So Jimmy Ball got Red Rider. Brad, you got Atomic Rooster. Craig, the high bid on 52nd Street is $25. That's going twice, going 3 times, Craig, if you want to bid. Final call on that one. Ron Stoltz, you were second on Red Rider. Jackie's at $37 on the Beatles. Dwayne Sevilla first on Honeymoon Suite. And this Verve record, Tommy Flanders, is $29.99. The Best of the Doobies is $14.99. The Best of the Doobie Brothers and Joe Cocker. Joe Cocker, this is $24.99. Joe Cocker, self-titled, $24.99. Okay, Craig, the Billy Joe is an auction album. The high bid is $25. Fiji Plus. If you want to bid, I just need a bid higher than $25, and we can continue that one. If not, I'm going to go ahead and sell it to Kirk Fields. And we do have a new bid on the Beatles. That's at $40, and Jackie Reynolds is at wants the Doobie Brothers. Craig is at $26 on Billy Joe. Whenever you're bidding, if you can put the name of the album or Billy Joe, you can put BJ or Billy Joe, so I know what you're bidding on. Let me run through these one more time because there's a couple things in here that I can't believe that this didn't sell. So if it doesn't sell now, you'll see it in a flip video posted in our group sometime this morning because I can't believe it didn't sell. Sorry if you can hear me drinking this water. It's very refreshing. All right, let me show a couple things I got laying over here that I feel like if I show them, they might sell. And that's why I'm here, to show you records and sell them. So we've sold a lot of Rush tonight on waiting list. So here is the Rush first album. This is $59.99. If you want this one, say Rush ST for self-titled. I have a lot of Rush in stock if you're kind of watching for the first time. I've also got Fly By Night. That's $39.99. These are all new sealed remasters. I have no OG presses before anybody asks. Those are all long gone. They sell immediately. We put them up for auction. I've got Rush Fly By Night, Exit Stage Left, Permanent Waves, Moving Pictures, Power Windows, A Farewell to Kings. We are officially sold out of Signals. All copies of Signals are gone. Caress of Steel, 2112, Hemispheres, Hold Your Fire, Fly By Night, of course, and then Rush self-titled. So I've got several Rush albums in stock. If you're looking for one, I've got them. I have also the newest Pink Floyd, Dark Side of the Moon, live at Wembley from 1974. That is $39.99. $39.99 for the live Pink Floyd live at Wembley. And here's a big seller of ours that we have a restock of. The Cult Sonic Temple. The Cult Sonic Temple, $39.99. Let's see here. Doobies 27. Tammy needs to put Michael Jackson back. I already have it. I think that was an auction item, but I'll double check on that. We usually don't like putting auction items back, but we'll see what's going on that one. Ivan's at 40 on the Beatles. Jackie got the Doobie Brothers. 52nd Street 2627. 52nd Street 30. James Jackson wants a Rush Fly By Night. And how much is Hemispheres? We have all the other Rush, well, they're either 36 or 39. They're all either going to be 36 or 39 except for this one and Exit Stage Left because it's 2 LPs. It's $49.99. Roy Edmonds wants Pink Floyd. I do not have anything past Hold Your Fire. So I don't have Roll Your Bones or Counterparts or Snakes and Arrows. Not even Clockwork Angels anymore. I used to have Clockwork Angels because they did a surprise restock anniversary press, but don't have any of those. So this is $59.99 for Rush self-titled. I'm just going to lay that up there. Okay, Roy got the Pink Floyd. If anybody else wants any of those, let me know. High bid on 52nd Street is $35, now $40. Any other Cult? We should have Pure Cult, and we should have Cult Love, and we should have Electric Peace. I think we've got 2 or 3. All right, let me go ahead and sell the Beatles. Let me make sure no one else bid. I think Ivan was at 40. Yeah, Ivan Villaveniccio's at 40 on this. That sold to Ivan for $40. And final call on 52nd Street now. Craig Johnson has that for $40. Let me run through these titles one more time. We have Brinsley and Schwartz. If you want any prices, let me know. Elton John Here and There. That's a live Elton John. Very good. Tony OK, America. Planet P Project. That is $19.99. No Vapor Trails remix. No, those are all gone too. Jackie Lomax, Home Is In My Head. I Remember Tommy, Frank Sinatra. The Best of Cannonball Adderley. Carly Simon Spy. Carly Simon Self-Titled. Leon Russell, Willow the Wisp. John Nee the Fox, Thin Lizzy. Paul Simon's Greatest Hits. Gilbert O'Sullivan himself. Def Leppard, Pyromania in Shrink Wrap, $44.99. American Flyer, Self-Titled. Billy Joel's Greatest Hits, Volumes 1 and 2, $64.99. Beach Boys, Endless Summer. Al Stewart, Past, Present, Future, 10 Years After, Cricklewood Green. Dick Hextall Smith, Creedence Clearwater Revival, Pendulum. Sonny Fortune, Awakening. Grandpa Jones, Old Time Country Music Collection. Tommy Flounders and the Moonstone. Crosby, Stills, Nash & Young, Four-Way Street, and Joe Cocker, self-titled. Craig Johnson got Billy Joe, 52nd Street for $40. Craig, if you're a first-time buyer, thank you and welcome. Make sure you message our page. We need your email address and your mailing address. We need a Facebook message from you. A Facebook message from you. If there's anybody watching over on YouTube that's a first-time viewer or buyer, same thing. You can buy, bid on anything you want. We'll pull it for you. We will recognize you're a first-time buyer, and we will set it aside for you. We will invoice you on Monday. The Grandpa Jones was $24.99. You did not see a Tori Amos in the green crate. Or did I see a Tori Amos? I don't think so. Yeah, I think you did. You saw this right here. Tori Amos. This is Little Earthquakes, $42.99. 2LP remaster. Now, what is this stuff here? I think there's some stuff in here that we already have waiting lists for because they came from different distributors. So I'll go ahead and show them again, but I think we have a waiting list on one of these. Yes, we'll pause at 9:30. I think I can go through this new vinyl, and I can go through that being a vintage. We'll probably pause at 9:30 tonight since we did start at 6:30. So I got a crate of new vinyl. I got another crate of vintage, and that's where we'll take a break. Okay, so Warren Zevon, I think I've already shown these. I don't think we sold out, but there wasn't any left, or maybe one left. This is Werewolves of London. Werewolves of London, limited edition glow-in-the-dark red vinyl. That is $28.99, or it's called, Excitable Boy, Werewolves of London. Of course, the huge song on that. And Lawyers, Gun and Money. I restock, and I didn't have any waiting list on this. Leonard Skinner Street Survivors. Leonard Skinner Street Survivors. That is $34.99. Leonard Skinner Street Survivors, $34.99. These two are sold. Jason Daub and Robin Pruitt on Warren Zevon. Jason Daub and Robin Pruitt. Those are sold and sold. Leonard Skinner Street Survivors is $34.99. Depeche Mode Black Celebration. That is $39.99. Black Celebration Depeche Mode. We have 1, 2, 3, 4 of those left. That's one that we can't seem to keep. Looks like I do need another Warren Zevon. Zevon or Zevon? Let me see if I had one left. I either sold out in that last bin, or let me figure out what happened there. That's the vintage. Or I had like one. Here, yeah, I had one left. And now we have 0 left. Nathan Myers. Nathan Myers. So now I'm sold out officially. Zevon. Now, I think we had a waiting list for this. You might want to check your notes, Tanner, but I'll go ahead and show it again just in case. SOD, Speak English or Die, 30th Anniversary Edition, Stormtroopers of Death, $31.99. But that came from a different shipment, and we didn't have them together. But I think there is a waiting list for that. If not, there is. Okay, so I think these are already sold, but if anybody wants to be added to that, I'll figure out who is at the top because you may be getting one tonight. Those are SOD, Stormtroopers of Death. Who asked about this? Kirk Fields. Kirk, let me know if you want the Tori Amos. It's available for sale. DJ Jazzy Jeff. He's the DJ. Those are $36.99. Paul's Boutique by the Beastie Boys. Paul's Boutique is $36.99. Vic Nateki on SOD. Paul's Boutique is $36.99. The Beastie Boys. Soundgarden, Super Unknown, $49.99 for Soundgarden. Super Unknown. Hailstorm. Hailstorm is $36.99. 10th anniversary. Hailstorm, $36.99. Tom Sullivan on the Beastie Boys. That's sold to Tom Sullivan. ZZ Top, Rio Grande Mud. $33.99 for ZZ Top, Rio Grande Mud, and ZZ Top's first album. 2 ZZ Tops there. Rio Grande and first album, $29.99. New Jerry Garcia. This is Jerry Garcia and John Kahn. Garcia Live, Volume 14th, January 27th, 1986, The Ritz. 2LP, red vinyl, limited to 5,000, $34.99. Garcia and John Kahn. And another Collective Soul Vibrating. That's on blue vinyl, $31.99. Tommy Green wants a Hellstorm. That's sold to Tommy Green. And one more time on this, we have Leonard Skinner Street Survivors, $34.99. Depeche Mode Black Celebration, $39.99. DJ Jazzy Jeff and the Fresh Prince, $36.99. Roy Edmonds wants the Jerry Garcia. That's sold to Roy. We have Soundgarden, Super Unknown, $49.99. Hailstorm, Tommy Green. We've already got one pulled. I've got one left, $36.99. And then the two ZZ Top's Rio Grande Mud and ZZ Top's first album. Collective Soul is $31.99. Claymore wants the other Hailstorm. That's sold to Claymore. All right, let me do another crate of new vintage vinyl. So here's the plan. I'll do this other crate of vintage vinyl. If we have time, I'll start a recap of some of tonight's newest new vinyl. If not, we're going to take a break, and then part two, we'll have a major recap, especially of new vinyl and some vintage stuff. We'll get new auctions going, and we'll start doing some on-sale stuff. We'll start doing some buy it now, best offer, recaps, all that good stuff. But I think y'all are going to like this crate here. Let me take a peek, because I know John showed me some stuff I hadn't got to yet. Yep, it's all in this crate here. So let me go ahead and show these. Let me see what he's got on that. Okay. Let's see here. Randy Travis and shrink wrap and hop sticker. That sounds like an auction item. Usually is. Boy, this is a good crate. This is a good crate. All right. Let me put this back in here. Oh, there's a whole nother crate of new vinyl I didn't go through. We'll do that later. Let's put Monica Harris down for a Hailstorm. Okay, new vintage arrivals. First thing, we're going to auction this copy of Randy Travis, Always and Forever. It's in shrink wrap with the hype sticker. Near mint minus copy. Looks very nice. Original inner sleeve with the lyrics. Hype sticker includes Forever and Ever Amen, My House, and Too Gone Too Long. That is a $25 start. $25 start. Randy Travis, Always and Forever. Judas Priest, Unleashed in the East. Judas Priest is $34.99. Very clean copy. $34.99. Priest, Unleashed in the East. Free is a 1969 white label promo. $49.99. Free, self-titled, their debut album. $49.99. White label promo. Free, self-titled. Paul Rogers. $49.99. Lightning Hopkins. $74.99. What a cool cover. $74.99. This is on the Tomato label. $74.99. Lightning Hopkins. $24.99. Kirk Fields, you can put Tori back. Okay. So if anybody wants Tori Amos, that was $42.99. We got 3 bids on Randy Travis, 25, 25, and 25. Mickey Jupp, this is Japanese, 1978 UK on blue vinyl, $19.99. Mickey Jupp, Japanese, $19.99. Carole King, Wraparound Joy, is $14.99. Carole King, Wraparound Joy. This is $14.99. Let's see, Randy Travis, 25, 25, and 30. John Denver, Seasons of the Heart. Seasons of the Heart is $9.99. Lightning Hopkins was $74.99. $74.99 on Lightning Hopkins. That's $74.99. The Doobie Brothers, Living on the Fault Line, $14.99 for the Doobie Brothers. Duke Ellington, Ball Mask, 1959 mono, $24.99. Ball Mask, Duke Ellington. Columbia 6i. Randy Travis, 30, now 32. Tom Sullivan wants the John Denver. That's sold to Tom Sullivan. I Can't Stop Loving You, this time by Basie. Count Basie, $9.99. Tricolor Steamboat Reprise label. Louis Armstrong and W.C. Handy. Louis Armstrong plays W.C. Handy. $19.99. Gold stamp promo. The Rolling Stones Miss You is a 1978 pink vinyl pressing. $38.99. Rolling Stones Miss You. $39.99. Tom Sullivan got John Denver. Any more Japanese? There's always more Japanese. Doc Smith gets the Count Basie. The Lightning Hopkins is on the Tomato label. It's Tomato. It is, I'm not for sure. Very cool artwork on the front. 1977. 1977. It looks like a compilation. This is a twin LP package of 20 tracks by the great blues singer and guitarist. It includes many of his older classics, as well as a lot of new material. It is excellently recorded and is one of the best blues packages of the year. That's by Ralph J. Gleason of Rolling Stone magazine. There you have it. Don't Let Me Be Misunderstood. That is $19.99. Don't let me be misunderstood. Is that Elvis Costello? Yeah, Elvis Costello, $19.99. He wants the other Basie. This one, oh, my bad. I pulled Duke Ellington, didn't I? He wanted this one right here. That's sold to Doc Smith, and Michael Nath gets the Lightning Hopkins. Okay, high bid on Randy Travis is with Calvin Ward at $32. Calvin Ward is at $32 on Randy Travis, going twice, going 3 times. Elvis Costello, Goodbye Cruel World. Elvis Costello is $24.99. Goodbye Cruel World. Randy Travis, $33, now $35. Neil Young, Live Rust. Neil Young and Crazy Horse, $39.99. John Denver, I Want to Live. John Denver is $9.99. Uriah Heep, their first album, self-titled, $24.99. Uriah Heep, $24.99. Michael got the Lightning Hopkins. Susie Breedlove wants the Elvis Costello. Randy Travis, $33, $35, now $36. Kenny Rogers' Greatest Hits is $9.99. Kenny Rogers' Greatest Hits, $9.99. John Lennon, Walls and Bridges, very nice copy with the flip-out gimmick cover, they call it, $29.99. The Moody Blues, 7th Sojourn. The Moody Blues, $14.99. $14.99. Tammy Hinkle on Kenny Rogers. That's sold to Tammy Hinkle. Brian Ligon was 2nd. Craig Weatherford 3rd. Born Again, Randy Newman. $19.99 for Born Again, Randy Newman. The Beatles 65 in shrink wrap, $34.99. Green Target label, $34.99. Randy Travis is now at $37 with Alex Roman. $37 of Alex Roman. Let me move some crates around so I can get to back to the Japanese stuff. Let's do The Sound of Music. Rogers and Hammerstein's. Sound of Music. This is an earlier Japanese press. You can tell by the label. I can tell you by the cover and the condition. Very nice. This is The Sound of Music. The Sound of Music. It's got like a laminate cover, Japanese press with obi. It's got the booklet that's attached to the centerfold with pictures. This is a $35 start. This may be the first press based on what I'm seeing by the obi and the way it looks and the label. $35 start, The Sound of Music. Kenny Rogers is at Randy Travis is at $37. And this is a nice copy of Beatles 65. It's in shrink wrap. Very nice. Okay, we have the Eagles Live, $39.99. The Eagles Live 2LP. And this, let me see if it has the poster with it. It is. It's complete with poster. The Eagles Live, U.S. press from 1980. Very nice, $39.99. The Eagles Live. Rod Stewart, Every Picture Tells a Story. Very cool. Does it still have the cover still attached too? The fold-out cover is still attached too. $24.99. $24.99 on Rod Stewart, Every Picture Tells a Story, with the fold-out cover still attached. Let's see. James Bragg wants the Eagles. Patty's at $35 on The Sound of Music, and I'm about to sell Randy Travis for $37. That's about to be sold. Eddie and the Falcons. That is $19.99. Edward Star Wars, first on Rod Stewart. That is sold. The Easy Rider soundtrack, $29.99. Jimi Hendrix, The Birds, Steppenwolf, Electric Prunes. That is $29.99. Tammy, you were second to Rod Stewart. Carlos Montoya, recorded live in concert. That is $14.99. Pamela does want the Beatles 65. That's sold to Pamela. David Tate's back in on Randy Travis at $38. Sherry Darnell wants the Easy Rider soundtrack. That's sold to Sherry Darnell. Johnny Cash, Ride This Train. This is an original Columbia 360 sound, $24.99. Johnny Cash, Ride This Train. Alice Cooper, Love It to Death, $26.99, featuring I'm 18. Green Warner Brothers does have the airbrush cover. The original cover, he stuck his thumb through his pants on the front to make it look like something else. That's $26.99. Still an earlier press, though. Randy Travis is at $39. James Bragg's first on Alice Cooper. Ken Crooker, you were second. Milt Jackson, Sunflower, with Herbie Hancock, Freddie Hubbard, Ron Carter, and Billy Cobham. Very nice. $29.99 CTI label. we have It's a Beautiful Day at Carnegie Hall. It's a Beautiful Day, $9.99. The Best of Herman's Hermits, Volume 2. The Best of Herman's Hermits. That is $9.99. Niles Lofgren. Niles Lofgren is $14.99. Art Garfunkel is $9.99. And Fats Domino, Volume 2, including Blueberry Hill. Fats Domino, $14.99. David Tate's officially out on Randy Travis. So now we can do a final call at $39 to Alex Roman. And The Sound of Music, we're going to go ahead and say that's done with Patty at $35. Final call. Traffic, Shootout at the Fantasy Factory. Traffic is $19.99. Doc Smith first on Fats Domino. Tammy Hinkle was second. Deep Purple, Purple Passages. Deep Purple is $29.99. Procol Harum, A Salty Dog. That's one we don't see as often. $19.99, very clean copy. Michael Nath, you were third on Fats Domino. Permanent Wave, $19.99. White Label Promo, $19.99. James Bragg, first on Procol Harum. Gerard Cacciatore was second. Let's go ahead and sell these auctions. Alex Roman gets Randy Travis for $39. And The Sound of Music is sold to Patty K. Patty K, Sound of Music. That's $35. Can you tell me the year on It's a Beautiful Day concert? You want the actual year the concert was recorded? Or what year this record was pressed? The record was pressed in 72. So it was that time or before. Let's see. Probably, I don't know. It doesn't say. Recorded live in concert at Carnegie Hall. It doesn't tell the year. So it's 72 or earlier. I don't think it was after. I don't think it came out in 72 and they recorded in 74 or something. That would be kind of wild if they could do that. And I think Jeff Malwitz was third on Procol Harum. Uriah Heep Live, $29.99. The Beatles, Hey Jude, in shrink wrap, 1970 Scranton Press, with the original price tag, $44.99. Very clean copy. Hey Jude, $44.99. We have Uriah Heep Salisbury, is $19.99. Uriah Heep Salisbury, $19.99. John Young, first to Hey Jude. John likes those shrink-wrapped Beatle albums. Let me find our next Japanese auctions here. Let's do a Culture Club and a Bee Gees Live. I don't think I've ever offered these before. Bee Gees Live and a Culture Club Waking Up with a House on Fire. These are both $35 starts. Culture Club Waking Up with a House on Fire, near mint with inserts. Same thing with the Bee Gees. This has a booklet with it. Let me go ahead and show you this. $35 start for our BG buyers. May have not seen this one before. Here at last, it has this booklet with it. Pictures and inserts. Gatefold cover with Obi, $35 start. And the Culture Club is a near mint copy. Waking Up with the House on Fire, near mint pristine, Japanese insert. That is a $35 start. James Bragg, first to Uriah Heep Salisbury. That's sold to James Bragg. Jesus Christ Superstar, the original motion picture soundtrack album. Jesus Christ Superstar, $19.99. That's one with the cover you don't see as often. Rod Stewart, Blondes Have More Fun, $14.99 for Rod Stewart. Blondes Have More Fun. Delbert McClinton, Keeper of the Flame. Delbert is $14.99. Procol Harum, this is a repressing of their first album that has a wider shade of pale. This is $24.99. That's a repress of that album. $24.99. Procol Harum self-titled, A Wider Shade of Pale. We have Free Fire and Water. Very nice copy. Free Fire and Water. $29.99. That has their hit song All Right Now on it. John Schaefer wants JC. I think that was for Jesus Christ Superstar. Let me know if that's right, John, or wrong, I guess. Mark Shelton first to Free. And James Bragg first on Procol Harum. Gary Brooker on lead vocals. Amazing. Poco Legend. This is a MoFi pressing. MoFi pressing of Poco from 1979. $59.99. Pretty Things. Silk Torpedo. Pretty Things is $19.99. Silk Torpedo. $19.99 for Pretty Things. Silk Torpedo. And we have John Fogerty. John Fogerty. $24.99. John Fogerty, $24.99. What's the info on the Elvis record to your right, red crate? Elvis Moody Blue. Boy, you're seeing stuff in the far corner. This is Elvis Moody Blue, $34.99. Original inner sleeve, blue vinyl, shrink wrap, and the Grammy sticker. That is $34.99. Mark Shelton wants the other free album, not Fire and Water. He wants the white label promo we showed earlier. This one right here, which was $49.99. That is sold to Mark Shelton. So Fire and Water is still available. I did just show a Delbert McClinton. Delbert McClinton is Keeper of the Flame, $14.99. Mike Cochran wants Poco. I didn't pull that one. Mike Cochran wants Poco. There's Moody Blue. Chile Console, the Jazz Crusaders, $39.99. Stereo Pacific Jazz, $39.99. West Side Story, Oscar Peterson Trio, $19.99. Oscar Peterson Trio on this black Verve label, $19.99. Scott Smith wants the Delbert McClinton. Let's see here. Edward Star Wars on Pretty Things. Edward Star Wars on Pretty Things Silk Torpedo. Okay, I'm going to make these a buy it now if anybody wants them. Culture Club, Waking Up with the House on Fire. This is a $35 buy it now. Culture Club, Waking Up with the House on Fire. $35 buy it now if anybody wants this. It's a first come, first serve. Near mint, insert, Obi, and BG's is a $35 buy it now. BG's is a $35 buy it now. No one wants to bid, but they will certainly do a buy it now. Those are both sold, $35 each. We got Fred Carnell first on the Culture Club. Fred Carnell first on the Culture Club. Excuse me, and Pamela Yeager first on the Bee Gees. Those are both 35 and 35. The Judas Priest, I can't believe no one bought it earlier. This is Unleashed in the East. Judas Priest. It is a very nice copy. It is $34.99. Yes, it's an OG. Floyd asked about it, and so did Ken Frazier. We'll see who wants it. We Get Request, Oscar Peterson Trio, $34.99. Oscar Peterson, and we also had Oscar Peterson West Side Story. Jimmy McGriff on the organ, One of Mine. Jimmy McGriff is $39.99. One of Mine, Jimmy McGriff. Hubert Laws, the Chicago theme. Hubert Laws is $19.99. Dance with Arthur Brown. Arthur Brown, 1975 UK, $24.99. Arthur Brown. Michael Pender, The Promise, $14.99 for Michael Pender. The Promise on the Threshold label. And Arthur Brown, this is Chiseled in My Bosom, maybe. Arthur Brown, he's kind of a wild and crazy guy. $29.99. Those are both still available. And Linda Ronstadt, The Southern Belle. Now that's one we don't see as often. 1977 Holland pressing on clear vinyl. That's really cool. $24.99. That's an original 77 Holland. Linda Ronstadt, $24.99. And Gail McCormick, Flesh and Blood, $39.99. 1972 Flesh and Blood, Gail McCormick, $39.99. I was joking about the sealed Beatles butcher covers. I was joking. I do have a peeled one. It's $1,500 or best offer. But no, I don't have any sealed butcher covers. I wish. They would be about $100,000 a piece. They'd be about $100,000 a piece if I did. Of course, I guess having three, the price would kind of go down having that many selling at once. So, okay, let's see here. Give it to Ken. That's only if Ken wants it. Ken, let me know if you want the Judas Priest. Is Hubert and OG. Let me see here. Hubert Laws, it should be. Yeah, 1999 CTI. It is, yes. Where's the metal? It's everywhere. We've already had some tonight. I just don't have like hundreds of crates full of it. That would be incredible. Scott Smith wants Linda Ronstadt. And I'm going to have a lot. I'm going to have some set aside for tomorrow for sure. If y'all could figure out a way where I could have crates and crates of vintage OG metal records every night, please let me know. I would love to figure out how to do that. But until then, it's very scarce and it all gets gone immediately. I could buy 20 crates of it and by Saturday night, it would all be gone. I guarantee it. Elton John, Yellow Brick Road. I have new copies for $49.99. Any Billy Strings laying around? None whatsoever. Let me read these titles one more time. We have Mickey Japanese, Carole King, Wraparound Joy, the Doobie Brothers Living on the Fault Line, Duke Ellington, Ball Mosque. We have Louis Armstrong plays W.C. Handy. The Rolling Stones Miss You on pink vinyl. Elvis Costello and the Attractions. Neil Young Live Rust. John Denver, I Want to Live. Uriah Heep self-titled. John Lennon, Walls and Bridges. Moody Blues, Seventh Sojourn. Born Again, Randy Newman, Eddie and the Falcons. Carlos Montoya. Johnny Cash, Ride This Train. Milt Jackson, Sunflower. The Best of Herman's Hermits, Volume 3. Niles Lofgren, Art Garfunkel. Traffic. Deep Purple. Permanent Wave. It's a Beautiful Day. Uriah Heep Live. Ron Stoltz wants a Rush Permanent Waves. We'll have to go over there and grab one of those or a Rush Hemispheres. Excuse me, Rush Hemispheres. Tom Sullivan wants Live Rust by Neil Young. Let's pull that for him. And James Bragg wants the Uriah Heep self-titled. Metal collectors are a different breed. I know. Y'all don't want to sell anything. That's why prices are so crazy and demand so high. If there's not a lot hitting the market, that means prices are going up, and they're going to continue to go up. Milt Jackson Sunflower is $29.99, CTI label. Milt Jackson Sunflower, $29.99. Rod Stewart, Blondes Have More Fun, $14.99, Rod Stewart. John Fogerty is still available. So is Free, Fire and Water. Here's Permanent Waves. Those are $36.99. If anybody wants this, I have more. $36.99. That one goes to Ron Stoltz. I have more if anybody else wants one. Elvis Moody Blue, Chili Console, The Jazz Crusaders, West Side Story, Oscar Peterson. Judas Priest is still available. That's the closest thing to metal in this crate, Unleashed in the East, $34.99. We get requests, Oscar Peterson. That is Hemispheres. Yes, Rush Hemispheres. My bad. Arthur Brown, Michael Pender, Arthur Brown, and Gail McCormick, Flesh and Blood. He did want Hemispheres, right? Can I get a copy of Hemispheres? Yes, I think I was calling it Permanent Waves. How much was Johnny Cash? That was Ride This Train. It was $24.99. It was on the original label. All right. How much is Chris Cornell? There's some good stuff back in here. Chris Cornell is $49.99. This is his first ever hits collection. 2 LP, Chris Cornell. This has stuff from Soundgarden, Temple of the Dog, Hunger Strike, of course. It even has the You Know My Name, the Casino Royale theme song from James Bond. Susie Breedlove said sold on that. And the Miss You. The Rolling Stone Miss You was a 1978 original. Faraway Eyes and Miss You, pink vinyl. Very nice copy, $39.99. Nice jacket too. $39.99 on the Stones. Okay, here's what we're going to do. Boy, we had 208 people watching. Let me go back through the some of the first things we showed tonight right quick. Let me do that right quick. I also have just a handful of reggae records left. Brent Rabley said sold on the Rolling Stones. That's sold to Brent Rabley. There was what I just added to that bin is all we had left of reggae. There's a crate of new vinyl. I'll do those in just a second. Let me add these first. Let me do a little condensing. Looks like a lot of people's hopping on. I'll go back through some stuff that you have not seen yet. Let me do some of that right quick. That's vintage. That's Japanese. Let me lay those there. Let me put that empty crate. Lots of empty crates. This is a good trend. That was a bin of OG stuff. That's a bin of new vinyl. Let me go with this one. Emptying lots and lots of crates. Let me put these in here. Okay. All right. Vintage. We love the word vintage. We also like new vinyl. Bob Reiger said Chris Cornell sold. That's sold to Bob Reiger. And Paul T wants the Milt Jackson Sunflower. Paul T, if you're a first-time buyer, which I think you are, thank you and welcome. I'm going to pull the Milt Jackson for you. That's your first purchase with us. Thank you and welcome. I need you to send us a message on Facebook a Facebook message to CollectCo with your email address and your mailing address. Email address and your mailing address so we can send you an invoice on Monday. Sunday or Mondays when invoices go out, it's $7 unlimited shipping. We're going to be doing this again tomorrow, which is Friday, also on Saturday, and we had a sale last night. So anything you buy, unlimited shipping for $7. Warrant, Dirty, Rotten, Filthy, Stinking Rich. That's a new release, $44.99. We've also got the Black Crows, Shake Your Moneymaker Live. That's 2 LP on green vinyl, also with the bonus 7-inch, $44.99 on that. ZZ Top Fandango, $31.99. We've got 2 copies, unbelievably, left of Zach Bryan, American Heartbreak, $59.99. That's a triple LP. Also, ZZ Top Tres Hombres, that is $31.99 for ZZ Top. We got another restock of Days of the New from Music on Vinyl. Days of the New is $49.99. And Motley Crue Theater of Pain. Theater of Pain is $33.99. And we also got Motley Crue Too Fast for Love, $33.99. Kiss Creatures of the Night is $39.99. That's the half-speed master of Creatures of the Night. The Best of U2, 1990 to 2000, is $49.99. And Nickelback, All the Right Reasons, $31.99. Brett Mylin wants Motley Crue, Too Fast for Love. That's sold to Brett. Martin Pryor also wants a copy. Those are the new 30th anniversary or 40th anniversary edition. Brian C. on ZZ Top Tres Hombres. One more time on that because I went through them very fast. Nickelback, All the Right Reasons, $31.99. U2 is the best of 1990 to 2000. That starts with Octung Baby, $49.99. Brett Mylin also wants Theater of Pain by Motley Crue. Kiss, Creatures of the Night, Glow in the Dark Eyes on there. That's a half-speed master, $39.99. Too Fast for Love, $33.99. And Theater of Pain, that is $33.99. Days of the New, Music on Vinyl, $49.99. ZZ Top, Tres Hombres, $31.99. Zach Bryan, American Heartbreak, $59.99. Triple LP. ZZ Top Fandango, $31.99. The Black Crows on green vinyl, $44.99. And the newest Warrant, which is Dirty, Rotten, Filthy, Stinking Rich, $44.99. Did you get that's last night? I hadn't shown these. This is the first night I've shown these. John Stites, I think you were on the pre-order. If you need one, let me know. But those were not. You were on the pre-order. John Stites, yeah. John Stites, you were on the pre-order. So, you were on the pre-order. So, okay. Let's see here. That was a recap of some of that. Let me see what some of this is. Just a few titles in here. We've got, let me put these, most of this crate is Daft Punk. Let me give me 1 second on that. This we had Harem Scarum from Music on Vinyl, limited to 666 on crystal clear vinyl, $38.99 for Harem Scarum. That's a new Music on Vinyl release. I've got 3 of those, $38.99. Extreme Porno Graffiti, 3 of those left for $38.99. Extreme Porno Graffiti. Kiss, Music from the Elder. This is the German version, $44.99 for Kiss. And White Line Pride is $38.99. White Line Pride, $38. So Kiss, White Line, Extreme, and Harem Scarum, $38.99. I'm going to put those over here with all these other ones that I just showed. And that leaves Daft Punk in this crate. Daft Punk is $39.99. Daft Punk is $39.99. Daft Punk. And that was, yes, John Stites, yes, I have you down. I have you down for a Warrant. Daft Punk. And probably the last time I'll show these, especially during part 1, here are the 3 restocks that we definitely sold out of tonight. One of them will have more tomorrow. We'll have more of these tomorrow, which is Collective Soul. Hence Allegation and Things Left Unsaid. This has Shine and Breathe on it. If you want this album, there's more coming tomorrow. This is a waiting list. Gin Blossoms, New Miserable Experience. And then, of course, Rush, Grace Under Pressure. A lot of people on this waiting list. Rush is $36.99. Gin Blossoms is $33.99. And Collector Soul was $34.99. Chris DiLorenzo wants Kiss. That's probably going to be music from the Elder. Yeah, Soundgarden. Let me show those one more time. The very first bin I shown had Soundgarden in it. If anybody else wants one of these, let me know. Dwayne Sevilla wants one. That's for Dwayne Sevilla. And let me pull Chris DiLorenzo's Kiss, music from the Elder. That's sold to Chris DiLorenzo. Those are both sold. And then Clay Moore wants on the Collective Soul list. Collective Soul will actually be here tomorrow. So you can count on those actually being here and being on this week's invoice for sure. For sure. Okay, one more quick crate. I think there's some stuff still missing. What is that right there? Okay, we went through that one recently. This is one I hadn't been through in just a few moments. Chris Kirkley also wants on the Collective Soul wait list. You have Hank 3. That one comes out this week or next week. That one comes out this week or next week. So yes, I think I posted a pre-order for that. Pantera, the Great Southern Trendkill. I have this on limited edition, white and sandblasted orange vinyl. Pantera is $34.99. I have those in stock if you want one, James Cohorn. Okay, quick run through this bin. We have Leonard Skinner's Street Survivors, $34.99 for Leonard Skinner Street Survivors. Depeche Mode, Black Celebration, $39.99. DJ Jazzy Jeff, he's the DJ with Fresh Prince Will Smith, $36.99. Soundgarden, Super Unknown, $49.99. Rio Grande Mud, ZZ Top, $33.99. And ZZ Top's first album, $29.99. Collective Soul Vibrating, $31.99. That's on blue vinyl. James C. Jones does want Pantera. I've also got Cowboys from Hell, Reinventing the Steel, Far Beyond Driven, and Vulgar Display of Power. I have most of Pantera's discography in stock. There's another DJ Jazzy Jeff. I got 3 of those. Kiss Asylum, that's the only Kiss album left from the night, $33.99. Tonic is $38.99. Cinderella, Night Songs, $38.99. Leonard Skinner Collected, $44.99. Roger Waters, The Soldier's Tale, $44.99. And Ministry Twitch, $38.99. Ministry Twitch. That was just a quick, talking so fast I can't even say quick. A quick recap of some very popular new vinyl. We started with 8 crates and it all fits into, well, counting the Daft Punks, it all fits into 3. So a lot of new vinyl went out the door tonight. Lots of new vinyl. There's Daft Punk. I'll do some condensing with that. That was me, not James C. Jones. That is James Cohorn on Pantera. I think Tanner got it. I probably said something completely different. Tanner got it, though. Okay, the other crate was Nirvana, Skid Row. I showed those recently. Okay. Now, what was the very first bin of vintage we had tonight? I don't think, wherever it was, I don't think there was a lot left of it. It was this one right here. Okay, how about we just pause there? We started tonight at 6, didn't we? Did we start at 6 or 6:30? 6:30? We started at 6:30, so let's take a break there. If I do anything else right now, it will just be a recap, and I feel like y'all would rather see new stuff. So let us get reset. I'll go back through new stuff later, as in like new stuff from last month, 6 months ago, stuff you hadn't seen in a long time. We'll do buy it now, best offer. I'll go through some of the new vinyl here on the table that maybe you hadn't seen in a while, like Ozzy and Pearl Jam and Dolly and The Cult and Night Ranger. Some of that's fairly new. Or some of this back here, like, let's see, Dio, Angry Machines, $31.99. The Ramones is still available. Purple vinyl, Subterranean Jungle, $29.99. Judas Priest, Rock-a-Rolla. Hadn't shown these in a long time, 2 or 3 months probably, $36.99. Prodigy, Fat of the Land, $41.99. Prodigy. Twisted, that is called Wicked by Twisted, $33.99. Diana Ross, B-52s, there's more Chris Cornell. Johnny Thunders, Mazzy Star. Mazzy Star, So Tonight That I Might See, $36.99. Ella Fitzgerald, $33.99, live at Montreux. And Jimi Hendrix, live at the Los Angeles Forum, $44.99, 1969. So yeah, we might go through that one in just a second. Can I get the CCR pendulum? Paul T, sure, that was from a crate from earlier. Let me find that, but I will pull it for you. So, all right, let's stop there. Thanks everybody that's tuned in for part 1. We'll be back at 10:30. 10:30. I know that's a good bit away, but I was going to try to get till 10, and we didn't quite make it there. So let's just say we're stopping at 10, even though it's about 15 till, and we'll come back at 10:30. And then we'll be back live from like 10:30 to midnight. We'll go back through stuff on sale, more Japanese auctions, etc., etc. So don't fall asleep. Come back and see us. That will be at 10:30 Central Time. Paul T, I will pull that CCR pendulum for you. Thank you, and see everybody at 10:30.